All right, so good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So today is just going to be real low key. This is just a dispatch think talk, which means we're going to think and going to try to figure out some of your issues that you are having and just kind of really go over everything so that we can make sure you guys are being successful in your businesses. Good morning, good morning. Come on in. Pull up one of those chairs if y'all don't mind. If she pull up a chair to y'all turn. Right there, the little big comfy chair. You get to sit in the big comfy. You special. I say that chair just for you, girl. All right. So we're gonna start out with a little introduction. Everybody, I'm Tawana Rand, the owner of Gold Star Logistics Group. And I've been doing this a little over 6 years now. I own my own dispatch company. I have about 10, I think 10 at the moment dispatchers that currently work with Gold Star Logistics. And we have, of course, those that are here, this is my TPA and drug collection site. So I kind of dibble and dabble in a little bit of everything. It just made sense for me in transportation. So of course we do back office and compliance as well. We do COVID testing, fingerprinting, drug tests, TPA, consortium, you name it. It just made sense for the direction of my business to try to have it all. So we're literally a full service dispatch company. So I started dispatching. I left Emory University. I was working at Emory for 12 years, and we bought a truck. And one day I just decided to walk off my job. And I walked off my job to do this full time. And 6 years later, 7 years in April, I am still here. I'm not gonna sit here, and anybody that's ever taken any of my trainings will know I never sit here and say that dispatching is easy, or that quit your job tomorrow so you can start dispatching and making $5,000 a week. Not saying it's not possible, but I'm not saying it's easy. But it's definitely what you put into it. You definitely have to put in some work to make this business work for you. All right, so we don't have no rules today. That's my regular thing. It's my regular disclaimer. So now I want to know who's in the room. So we're gonna start with online. I'm gonna go ahead and get you can mute yourself. And I want everybody just to introduce yourself. Tell me what you do, how you currently in the industry, if you just started, or what are you doing in the industry, and just kind of introduce yourself so we know in the room. And nobody, don't be shy. We're not doing that shy today. So let's start with our online community. And I'm going to pick Valencia.
Good morning, y'all. I've been a dispatcher now for a year. I fell into the industry though when I saw my uncle, who was a truck driver with a fleet of trucks, lose his vision and hearing, and the trucking company went under whenever he wasn't able to hold it up. And nobody knew how to help him. And the more I thought about it and tried to think about if somebody knew how to keep his trucks rolling, what a difference would it have made for his life and his family's life. And that was when I discovered Tawana. And the more classes that I took and the more YouTube videos I watched, the more interested that I got and ended up finding the job with it. And the more I started loving it. So it just keeps growing every day. And that's why I'm here.
And we are happy to have you on the team, Valencia. All right, who's next? Online community, who's next?
Hi, good morning. My name is Ebony. I have been dispatching now for over 2 years. I actually come from a logistics background. I used to be a flight attendant, so kind of understand the FAA side of it as far as logistics, but also did dispatching for my partner and just trying to hone my skills and get that.
All right, that's dope. Thank you. Who's next?
I'll go. This is Tamara. I'm new to the industry. Been in the business about roughly 6-7 months. My husband and I own a truck. We're owner operator. no prior experience in the business, kind of just jumped in. We have some strong mentors in our corner, and so we're here to learn as much as we can and continue to grow our company.
What's up? Miss Pam.
Yes, I'm Pam. I guess I've been in dispatching right about a year now. Prior to that, my husband and I, we have a truck. My dad also has a truck, and I've helped some other people, start up their authority and everything. And one guy just asked me about finding him loads to be a broker. And I was like, I didn't really want to be a broker. I'd rather just help the small person. So I jumped into researching dispatching, took a training, and just he started out as my first client, and then just word of mouth, I picked up a few more, and so it's just growing like that.
That's what's up. Thank you for being here. Miss Wright. Oh, go ahead, Miss Williams.
Good morning, everyone. I am Tina Williams, and I have been in the transportation industry I worked in corporate America over 23 years. I worked on the railroad side. I was a train dispatcher as well as a chief dispatcher, which is over dispatchers. And my husband and I are serial entrepreneurs. We have several businesses. Our main bread and butter is the water restoration industry, but when COVID hit, we got extremely slow. So he's always had his CDLs for over 22 years, and he's always wanted to own his own truck. So one day he decided to go truck shopping, and he went to buy one truck, and we came home with two. So we pivoted, and I have been dispatching. We got our authority in March of last year. So I've been dispatching for 11 months, and we also have a freight brokerage. So I wear many, many hats, but listening to Tawana and Shaq has just brought everything full circle, but I am familiar with the industry. I just went from rails to the road. So there's a few differences, but there are a lot of similarities. So I'm glad to be here and learn what I can.
That's what's up. Thank you, Miss Tina. All right, Miss Wright.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Shanika. Don't have any prior experience in transportation at all. My background, I worked in radiology as an X-ray tech. But when COVID hit, I kind of started thinking about other things that I could do as far as out of the medical field, and kind of got interested in transportation last summer. Took Tawana's class in October, so I'm still not actually dispatching. I'm just trying to learn what I can and just trying to get started.
That's what's up. And we'll save our special guest for last online. I'll let her introduce herself last. Everybody online has gone, so let's start in person here. Who we got? Mm-hmm.
During COVID, our Fidelity Airlines.
Well, you are.
Oh, I'm KCK dispatch.
Okay.
During COVID, our Fidelity Airlines, they got real slow. So we took everything out of our 401k and we bought a truck. Me and my boyfriend, I've been around trucking, I'm a trucker's daughter, but he didn't know the business. He just knew
how to drive.
Yeah. So we went under somebody else's authority and it wasn't good. So he taught me, but on his own, how to dispatch my own truck. So I started dispatching my own truck. And from there, kind of word of mouth. Like I said, my dad drives.
Okay.
So it's kind of word of mouth. I got to 15 trucks. And,
Oh, wow. That's what's up.
Now I'm overwhelmed and I'm lost.
Oh, we're gonna get you unlost by the time you leave here. That's what's up. Who we got next?
I'm Sierra Polidor. I've been in trucking for 3 years now. I've been in dispatch for 1 year. We bought our first truck in 2019. My husband did, and now we actually bought our second truck last year.
That's good.
Driver in that truck.
Good. That's what's up. Next.
Hi, I'm Sharika.
Hey, Sharika.
I started a trucking business with my husband back in September. We kind of like we always want to left our jobs and
invested in a truck, but however, I don't have the same story as you guys. I'm actually here because I need a mentor and I want to quit, but I don't want to quit on my husband. So
You want to quit the industry?
yes,
Girl, we is not doing that. We not doing that.
but I came because we jumped into it and it's not getting what it's supposed to be.
Okay,
And, we signed on with the company, it's not working.
okay. Do you have your own authority or you just signed on with someone?
We signed on with someone.
Okay.
We could, get our own authority.
Gotcha.
So I'm gonna learn, but my dream is to move that truck myself. 'Cause
Amen.
I don't wanna go through anybody else.
We got you.
My name is Ashley Carrier. I don't know anything about trucking really. I was a state agent here in Atlanta metro area, as well as the Houston metro area.
Mhm.
I actually the reason why I'm here is my boyfriend, 6 months in, he has a truck that him and his brother actually owns the company. They have 15 trucks as well, but he's looking to start his own business, which I'm encouraging him to do. And
Okay.
I want to learn the dispatching side, so I'm able to help him on that side. And basically, real estate and trucking is the top things here.
You better believe it. Buy a house, buy some stocks, or buy some trucks. That's what's up.
I'm Sharonda Ivy. But I've been working on the compliance side for about 8 years. I partnered with a company that offers benefits to the commercial drivers, and I did that for 7 years just straight. And about 4 years ago, just got really serious and really interested in the transportation industry and became a student of that. And in
2020.
the fall of 2020, I just said, you know what, I'm going to expand my business. And that's what I did. Of course, dispatching was the thing that was popping up, but I'm really, really focused on compliance. That's just where I love to be in the So I actually, I do startup, I do the back office and compliance, and I do have carriers that I do, work with moving their trucks. Last year was good for me. I've had one time maybe 4 carriers that had multiple trucks. And so I just love the industry down here. Has been mentoring me. I took her class as well. But I'm like that. I'm here to, always learn and connect. So that's why.
That's what's up. All right, so we have one more person join in. Miss Nicole, can you introduce yourself to the group? Nicole Morrison, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I don't know why you guys
Hey.
can't see me, but hey, good morning, everyone. As you can see, my name is Nicole.
Tell us who you are and what you do in the industry and that type of stuff.
Got you.
Real quick.
My name is Nicole Morrison. I'm the co-owner of Bedrock Trucking with my husband. We have 2 box trucks that we run, and I am the owner of Love She Logistics Group, which I just branched off from my husband just to put the same services that the same services that I provide for him, because I do everything from dispatching to back office to compliance to everything. So I wanted to be able to branch off and provide these services for others. So that, and we've been in the industry since, we had our LLC since 2019, but we jumped in full force, put our first box truck on the road July 1st of 2021. And from then, we then had bought 2 more trucks since then. So total, we have 3 trucks, but we have 2 trucks on the road running right now. That's it in a nutshell.
All right, well, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so we have one more person that's joining in today. She's also a forever student, but she's like a bomb at what she does. So if you're not following her, I need y'all to all follow Shaylin Dixon on social media platforms. But I'm gonna allow her to introduce herself. She's a good friend of mine, business partner. We talk and inspire each other. One thing about this industry is if you think you can do this industry by yourself, you are in a world of trouble. You need to have somebody to talk to, somebody to cry with, somebody to drink with. You know, it has its ups and downs, but you have to have somebody that's going to ground you and bring you back and kind of like, okay, let's snap out of this boss move, we level back up. And, you know, and for me, that's Miss Shay. Big play. Introduce yourself.
Good morning, everyone. So, thank you, Tawana, always for having me here. But she's right. When I first started in this industry, I was on the warehousing side. Straight out of high school, I worked for like a warehousing and manufacturing firm. And I was the only person that looked like me, right? There's no other women in that role, and there weren't any Black women, really not any Black people besides the warehouse workers. So I've been in the industry a little bit over 13 years, kind of doing a little bit of everything. I've done LTL, I've done procurement, pretty much just learning the industry as a whole, the whole omni-channel. A lot of logistics is more than just the actual movement of freight. So understanding that really helped me coming into this. I got my opportunity a couple of years to work for a cold chain warehousing company that also had a freight brokerage, and I excelled as a broker agent. But it was a good old boys club, and it was really uncomfortable for me being a mom working 80 hours a week for a corporation. My son got diagnosed with epilepsy, and they were like, oh no, you can't keep taking off. And I'm like, oh, I got to do something different. So when I stopped working there, dispatching was the first thing I did. I didn't just start my brokerage, right? I had a consulting business. I dispatched on the side. I did everything but compliance. I do not do compliance. So last year, actually 2020 now, so it's been 2 years, we started Allegiant Logistics, and we specialize in high value cargo, so high value freight management. We do a little bit of work out of Charleston and Savannah Port, and we've now added air freight forwarding and warehousing as additional value added services. So I'm just here, of course, to support my accountability partner, right? But also to learn from you all, connect with you all, see how we can all just collaborate and help all of our businesses move forward. So if I can help in any way, I'm just here to answer any questions, and I'm excited to get started, T.
Yay, let's go. Her, Shay Lynn Dixon. She bougie. She got 3 names.
First of all,
Shay, Shay SHAY, and then LYNNDIXON. Shay Lynn Dixon. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna mute I'm gonna mute you guys online, but I'm gonna leave the chat open. So for this question, you guys online, drop it in the chat. What are the problems you are facing as a dispatcher? We all got problems. I got problems. I've been in this over 6 years, and I still have problems. So we all got problems. So we're gonna talk about all those problems today. Okay, we're not gonna be here till midnight, but we're gonna talk about all y'all problems today. So what are the problems? Is it getting carriers? Is it getting started? Is it networking? What are the problems? So chat people, online people, drop yours in the chat, and let's go ahead and get started. Table 1, what you got? What's your issue, girl?
I don't know if it's my system. I just feel overwhelmed. Like I
Okay.
can't get it.
Organization?
Yeah, like I'm always working. I call myself type-A, super organized. I got files here,
Okay.
files here. And then I'm not offended by the TMS system. I don't know if that will make my life easier.
Okay.
I have my truck now, but
Okay.
I just ain't got the option of change.
All right, organization. That's 1. What else we got?
Is once you're already dispatching, getting the attention from these brokers.
Okay.
I have an issue with that. I've called plenty of time, and you get to the point where that's the phone.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you got approved, $100 for the tick time, what's the updated rate time? I never received it, so
Okay.
I'm just trying to figure out, am I doing something? Is it on there, or what's going on with that?
Okay, we're definitely talking about that. Detention time. What else we got?
Well, I think my problem has been with one of my carriers is, so in the setup process, when I take him on, we have this like consultation, like how much we're gonna move the truck, this, that, and the third. But then when I'm moving the truck and I'm doing everything that he said he wanted, you know, and I book the load, and then we have this conversation because the particular carrier we're talking about is more like an investor.
Okay.
I mean, he doesn't have a CDL.
Okay.
He really doesn't get in the truck. So since he has multiple trucks, like sometimes it's up to 6, sometimes he'll dispatch.
Okay.
Or he'll call me, like right now he's dispatching, and he might call me and say, you know, can you help me look for a load? Because he does everything on his phone too.
Okay.
And and I get all the paperwork done, and I'm looking at like, I saw that say, oh, and you know what I'm saying? I didn't get it because that didn't hit your criteria, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, but then he turned around and booked the same load.
Booked the load.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, so like she said, is it me or am I thinking too much and I should just go ahead and take that chance and book that load?
Okay,
You know what
gotcha.
I'm saying?
All right, what else we got? Okay. She here to listen and learn. All right. Online, we got getting started, getting carriers, girl, don't be using big words in here. Differentiation that yourself from other dispatches. How do you guarantee longevity in the field? And that's always changing, making yourself stand out. Thank you. Break it down, girl, like a kindergartner. All right, so we're gonna kind of start this in order. All right. So setting your standards, which is kind of like helping you, Sharita, with your question. As dispatchers, you cannot be, oh, I don't care what carrier call me, I just want to make the money. I'm taking all carriers. You have to set your standards. You have to let these carriers know, what do you require? They require things out of you, so what do you require out of them? When you have those onboarding calls with your carriers, which you should be having an onboarding call with every single carrier. On that onboarding call, you know, what are your expectations? Where do you want to go? That's the first question I ask. What type of driving do you want to do? Local, regional, or over the road? As soon as they say local, I tell them this is not the business, this is not the dispatcher for you, because I don't have that kind of time. You have to think about it. If you're going to be dispatching local drivers, let's say you find them a local run that's paying $400. You spent 2 to 3 hours looking for this one local run for $400. 10% of that is $40. You've made $40 in 3 hours. It's a waste of time. You take that same energy making, you know, spending 2 or 3 hours to find a load, and you find a load paying $1,500, you've made $150. It makes more sense. So if that's not your standard in looking for local loads, don't take a local driver. You're going to spend way too much time trying to assist this one driver, and you're not going to have time for any other carriers. Okay, because you're just focusing on, he just wants to go from his door to his mailbox. No, why are you in the trucking industry? Go work in the warehouse some doggone where. I want to be home every night. I coach football. It's like, dude, this is not for you, or at least I'm not for you. When it comes to local runs, 9 times out of 10, and I'm pretty sure everyone can attest to this, these brokers already know who the carriers are that live in that area, and they're calling those carriers first. Hey, I got this load in Atlanta. I know because my boyfriend does it every day with Nola and CH Robinson. Okay, I know. So if you build those relationships, of course, they'll call you. But at the same time, do you want to spend all day looking for one load that's going to pay you $40? No, that's my answer. Heck to the no. And if people always tell me like, why y'all don't do it over local one? Because it's a waste of my time. It's a waste of my dispatcher's time. It's a waste of my time. I don't deal with cargo vans. Set your standards. You don't have to take every single vehicle. Also understand, what type of vehicles will you be dispatching for today? What have you learned? What's your niche? If you know box trucks, or if you've learned box trucks and drive-ins, let that be your niche. In the background, while that's your niche, now you're learning other pieces of equipment. You're learning flatbeds, you're learning reefers, you're learning hot shots, whatever case may be. Never stop learning different types of equipment, but at the same time, you can't dispatch for every single piece of equipment at one time. You got to understand what you know, understand who you are and what you know and what you're good at. Okay. And when you understand that, it makes it a lot more easier for you to focus on the carriers that you have and dispatch those carriers. So that's step number 1. All right, so that's the first thing. Set your standards and understand who you are and what you want from your company. Okay, how on that onboarding, back to the onboarding call, where do you want to go? What type of driving do you want to do? What are you looking to make per mile? Or what's your goals, or what are you trying to make per week? Understand that you, the driver, the fleet owner, operator, you guys are a team. If y'all don't work together, it's not going to work. Okay, if he's not communicating with you, if you're not communicating with him, if he's not doing his check calls, it's not going to work. You're not going to be able to build healthy relationships, and he's not going to be able to make any money. Every relationship you build with a broker, that's your relationship. So if you bring in a carrier that messes up that relationship, you no longer have that broker. Oh, you sent that carrier to me, he was late, he held my freight, don't call me no more. That's on you, not the carrier. They're looking at the dispatcher that called and allowed this carrier to take your loads. Okay, so you have to set your standard. That's first step for your business. Any business you do, you set your standards of the clientele that you want to bring in. If you just bring in any type of clientele, that's how they're looking at your business. That's how these brokers are looking at you. Oh, every time she called me with a carrier, that carrier will never be on time. He always late, or whatever the case may be. So don't have that on your face. Okay. And you also have to educate these carriers. I heard somebody else say it. 9 times out of 10, when these carriers come into this business, all they know is they had some PPP money to buy a truck. That's it. They don't know about compliance. They don't know about any of that. So you have to step up your game with your education and educate these carriers. The more you educate the carriers, the more you guys can work as a team to be sure that everybody's goal is being met. Okay. If the carrier is not making any money, neither are you.
When they're unrealistic, sometimes you learn the market, and then I'm watching the data, or I'm watching Trevor, and they get so unrealistic. You be like, no,
because they on Instagram. Instagram got these box truck carriers. Right. Instagram got these box trucks thinking they can make $10,000 a week. Oh, buy a box truck. Instagram. But if they're unrealistic on that onboarding call, exactly. If they're unrealistic on your onboarding call, they're going to be unrealistic with you on a daily basis. Don't take them on as a client. And if it gets to the point where they're unrealistic, then it's time to let them go. Because you have to work with the market. Can you get $2 on a box truck? Heck yeah. I've seen some of my dispatchers get $3 on the box truck. It can happen. But is it going to be your everyday load? Hell no. You know what I'm saying? You have to work with the market. You have to work with what's going on. I can't force a broker to give me a rate. I can negotiate the hell out of a rate. And if it doesn't work for me, I let it go and move on to another one. But you can't force a broker to give you a rate. Okay, it just doesn't work like that. So if they're being unrealistic, then it's time to let them go. I set that standard on that onboarding call. I get an onboarding call. So what type of driving do you want to do? Hey, I'm going where the money at. Just tell me where the money at. Da, 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 da. All right. So what are you looking to make a week? If I can make at least $4 to $5 grand, okay, that sounds pretty decent. How old is your authority? I just got it yesterday. Well, I'll be damned. Yesterday. You know what I'm saying? So then we had that conversation, just to let you know when it comes to box trucks. And then also when it comes to box trucks for us, it's 20 feet, 26 feet. I don't do 10 feet. I don't do 2 feet, 26 feet. It's already a half a 53-foot truck. So why am I going to go a half of a half? If it's not 26 foot, we're not messing with it. All right. Again, set your standards. Don't work too hard for that 10%. It's just 10%. Y'all don't work that hard for it. Okay.
Why do you choose 26?
Because 26 feet is a standard large box truck. Okay. When you go down to like a 10-foot or a 16-foot, that's just a Sprinter van shaped like a box. The same thing you're going to be able to get on a Sprinter van, it's the same thing you're going to be able to get on a 10-foot box truck. People call, I'm sorry, you walked in late, that has alcohol in it. I meant to tell you that. I apologize. You didn't get the memo at the beginning. She looking at this drink like, this little orange juice a little strong. I'm sorry. Regular juice is this way. Okay, so 24-foot Jackie is okay. You may be able to get away a little bit with that, with a 24-foot. But when you're talking like 16 and 10-foot, it's just too much work. There's other dispatchers out there, that may be their thing. For me, I always send everybody over to Road Runners. Road Runners, they're based out of Florida, good partners of mine. If it's anything smaller than a 26-foot truck, I send them over there because they get contracts and they know how to deal with sprinter vans and stuff like that. Not my thing, not what I want to spend my time on. Okay, so setting our standards. So we get on that onboarding call with them and I'm like, okay, just to let you know, based on the market, your truck, you haven't even reached your 1 month mark, your 3 month mark, or your 6 month mark. We're looking at anywhere between $1.75 and up, which is normal for a box truck. It's normal. If you get $1.75 right now, you happy as hell to move that damn truck. Send me the Raycon ASAP. Okay. Yeah, we want $2, but you got to make them understand that's not always going to happen. Get them up in the Midwest, maybe. Sometimes I can circulate a guy over in the Midwest for about good 3-4 days and then route him back home. So it all depends on the type of driving that they want to do, but set those standards on that onboarding call. If you see on that onboarding call that it's not going to work out, don't take the client. Don't take the client. Mhm. Okay, we're gonna talk about that. Let me write that down. We're going in order. We're gonna talk about that too. All right. So we got onboarding and we got setting our standards at the very beginning, and we have onboarding. A part of setting your standard, ladies, is also making sure that whatever's in your contract is what you're going by. Make sure you're not contract, your agreement. Make sure your rates are listed. Do you have a late fee? Do you have a fee if they have, their payments don't come out on time? Make sure everything is listed. Be as transparent as possible. Don't let these drivers pop up with surprises and you're like, oh yeah, I charge $25 for that. So make sure your agreements are up to date, and make sure your agreements are as transparent as possible. Okay. Also, again, setting our standards, making sure your advertising is correct. If you don't use social media for personal matter, that's fine, but business, you need it. Social media, LinkedIn, you'd be surprised at the clients that I get from LinkedIn. LinkedIn is like business Instagram. I'm on LinkedIn more than I'm on my IG. I let Marie, the young lady that I hired in the Philippines, handle my IG, and I handle my LinkedIn. I get probably 40% of my clients from LinkedIn. Okay, so you got to set your business up for success. We're not running hustles here; we're running businesses. And then when those drivers see that, they know that this is a different type of dispatch company that you're dealing with. When they see our agreements, when they see our dispatches, when they see our onboarding calls, when they see our invoicing process, they know I'm not one of those chicks on Facebook that's posting in one of these groups. I've established my business as a business. I'm not going to let you come in here and treat it no other different. Okay, so you have to make sure that's how you're establishing yourself. All right. So we got setting our standards with these drivers. We have them making sure you do an onboarding call with every single driver. Don't just get a carrier package and keep it moving. Do an onboarding call. What do they want from you? Is it too much? If they want too much for that 10%, they need to go. That's too much. No, I'm gonna spend more time with you than I'm gonna spend with my dude. No, it's not happening. So if it's not gonna work out from that onboarding call, no sense to keep it. That's like you going on that first date and the dude don't have no tea and he made you pay. You gonna go on a second date? No, let him go right there. Like, no offense, I'm missing the tooth in the back too, but yeah, yours in the front, this not gonna work. Okay, no sense in going on no second date. So it's the same thing with the drivers. If that onboarding call don't go good, that relationship with y'all not gonna go good. Okay, if you make that first phone call to him and he don't answer, or you trying to do a checkpoint or whatever, and he's not answering, it's not working out. We need to have a conversation. After that conversation, if that don't work out, then it's time to let them go. He said my computer. Okay, Nicole, I'll let you back in. Okay, so set your standards. I can't tell you how much your businesses will change once you set your standards. Let them know this is what I expect from you. I expect you to answer your phone. I expect you to be on time. I expect A, B, C, and D, and the F, and all of whatever. Okay, once you let them know that, your business goes a lot more smoother, and they take you a little bit more seriously. And then making sure you're educating them. They don't know. I promise you, they don't know. They don't know. Even when you're asking for the documents, I need my carrier agreement. I need a COI. I need a W-9. I need a letter of authority. What's a letter of authority? What you mean? You didn't get one from the FNCSA? No, I don't have that. Right. I get people all the time that come to me, they're ready for dispatch, and I go to type in their MC. It's not active. Why your MC not active? No, I paid somebody to do it. You don't have a BCO3 on file. What's that? It's not going to become active unless you have a BOC3 on file. So they don't know. So you have to stay educated. You have to keep your knowledge in check so that you can educate these carriers. I promise you, the more you educate these carriers, the more you have driver retention. Because they're like, my dispatcher knows. If a driver calls you and be like, hey, DOT said such and such, and you're like, oh, yeah, I ain't never heard, I don't know what that is. Google. Even if you don't know, look it up. They expect you to understand and they expect you to know. And if you don't know, that's not good. All right. It's not just learning dispatching. You got to understand transportation. You got to understand logistics. You got to understand what's going on. A few months ago, I was asking everybody, what's happening February 7th of 2022? Everybody looking at me like I'm crazy. You know, if you got hotshot drivers, are they still on the road right now? If you have a hotshot driver that did not have a CDL before February 7th, are they still driving? Are they in compliance? So it's so many different things that change. And a lot of dispatchers have not even taken the time to went on the FMCSA to read what those changes and how it's going to affect you and your drivers. So you have to be educated. Freightways, if you're not subscribed to Freightways, if you're not subscribed to FMCSA's blog. These are things that's going to keep you in compliance and keep you in knowledge. I send little notes to my drivers. Hey, just to let you know, it's brake safety week, or it's the DOT is going to be out this week, or whatever the case means. The FMCSA tells you the whole calendar of what's going to be happening. When is brake safety week? When is this week? When are they doing DOT checkpoints? They tell you by state. FMCSA, your best friend. That's who issues the authority. So why not make sure you're subscribing to them so you can understand what the rules and regulations are.
What is COI?
COI stands for Certificate of Insurance. Okay. All right. So any questions on setting standards and onboarding? Online people, feel free to unmute yourself if you have any questions. All right. Organization will change your life, y'all. It can ruin your life or change your life. Organization is so important, especially when you start getting multiple carriers that have multiple loads. Like, where are these rate confirmations? Like, what do you do with your rate confirmation? Are you printing them out, or what do you girl, we trying to save trees. You print out every single rate confirmation? No. So how do you invoice?
I have invoices.
Okay, what do you use?
Invoice to go.
Okay, great. All right, so that part I won't yell at you. All right, so let's do some screen sharing here. So, you know, before you get to the point where you're like, okay, you know, I'm not ready to spend money on a TMS system right now. There are different ways that you can keep yourself, you know, more organized. For me, when I started out, it was Dropbox. I didn't print nothing. Adobe DC is your best friend. You scan everything into the system with Adobe DC, and also with PDF. You can fill out your PDF forms, sign them, and then save them or email them or wherever they need to go. So what we did was, see this carrier file here? These are every single one of my carriers. Everybody got their own folder, okay? One thing about Dropbox or even Google Docs, you can access it from anywhere. You can access it from this computer, your computer. You can sign on to wherever you are. If you don't have the computer you normally work on, you can sign on from anyone because it's in the cloud. It's stored in the cloud, not on your system. All right. God forbid something was to happen, you wasn't home and you needed that rate confirmation. It's home. But if it was stored in the cloud, you can access it from anywhere, your phone, whatever the case may be. You create a folder for every single one of your drivers. Within that folder, there's his banking information, there's his COI, there's his driver's license, there's his LOA, there's his NOA, there's his profile, and there's his W-9. Every single rate confirmation can be saved in there. You save the rate confirmation, the date, TQL, load number. All right, so anytime you're ever looking for something, it's always in that carrier's file. No need to print, stop wasting these trees. We ain't got enough trees now, y'all killing the trees, stop printing out stuff. Okay, create folders, make your life easier. Okay, when a broker calls and they're looking for documents and say, all right, send me over the carrier's documents, it's in his folder. I don't have to go looking through, oh gosh, where's that COI? What did I save it as? It's in his folder. If you're organized at the beginning, or if you organize yourself, your day runs a little bit more smoother. Okay, it's way easier with your day if you want smoother. So get you some folders on the computer, not paper folders. Yes, get you a cloud. Clouds are, I got about 3 clouds. Get you a cloud. The cloud gonna save your life. And you save everything on the cloud. Each one of your carriers should have a folder. Every time you get them, you do a rate con, you put it in their folder. If it goes to a next year, create another a folder for another year. Okay, within their same folder, but now it says 2022 instead of 2021. That way, if that carrier calls you 3 years from now and they say, oh man, I need such and such rate con, da, 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 you have it. It's in the cloud. W-9s are updated every single year. You need one per year. Okay, so you can use the same W-9 that you have for every single one of that load for that particular year. All right, so you know at the end of the year, it's time to collect new things from your carriers. They should have a new insurance policy. They should have a new W-9, and then of course whatever compliance needs to take place. I do make them reset this, especially if I have any changes in my agreement. Oh Lord, I'm so sorry. I'm not sharing with the online folks. That's so I'm sorry, y'all. Let me go back. Here's the fun. There it is. All right. So these were the folders that I was telling them about. I'm sorry, y'all. And then when you open up the folders, all their documents are in there. Their COI, their LOA. LOA stands for letter of authority. Their NOA. NOA stands for notice of assignment. Their profile sheet that tells me everything about the driver, the W-9, the driver's license. Everything is in one folder. I don't have to go looking for nothing. All right. So before you get into and you're like, okay, I'm not ready to spend money on the TMS system, that's fine. This is something that you can do that you don't have to, you don't have to mess up with the trees.
What TMS system do you recommend?
Okay, we're gonna go into that right now. Any questions on there my people go. Any questions on Dropbox or sharing? This is organization 101. Don't stop. You don't need no paper. You don't need no ink. You don't need no, you can have a printer. Even with faxing. I use Faxage, FAXAGE.com. They give you a fax number. It's $7.95 a month. And even if somebody decides to fax me something, it faxes straight to your email. And then it faxes as a PDF form. And if you had to fax anything to a broker, you can use that to also send and receive as well. Okay, there's so much you can do on this computer to make your life easier. Keep in mind, when it comes to booking these loads, if you call a broker and you're like, okay, yeah, I like that load, let's go ahead, and he sends you over that carrier package, that doesn't mean you have the load just because he sent you the carrier package. You still have to fill that carrier package, get all the documents, and get everything back to him in a timely fashion. How many times have you called a broker and you've done all of that, and then the next thing you know, he said, yeah, I went ahead and booked that load. They've already set up. Somebody was already set up. How many times have you seen the Landstar load and it says must be set up? Because they don't have that time. They don't have time to wait for the setup or the compliance department to get you set up. They're trying to get that load, get you to that shipper, and get you going.
So is it important for you to basically do the carrier package prior to you wanting to book something with them?
Well, when it comes to brokers, unfortunately, I don't know why somebody hasn't invented one system where every single broker uses the same carrier package. But unfortunately, every single broker you run across is going to have a different carrier package. It could be one that's online, which I love. I love the ones that's online. You fill out the information, boom. But some of them send you a 20-page document that you repeatedly filling out the same information, carrier name. Didn't I put that on page 2? It's like 20 pages and you got to fill out them 20 pages, attach all your carrier document, email that back to him in time for him to say, yeah, I'm sorry, I went ahead and booked that load with somebody else.
But it's set up for next time.
Yeah, but it's set up for next time. Yeah. Yeah.
So once you use a carrier, you don't have to fill out the packet anymore, right? Is that what you're saying?
So let's say you're about to book a load with TQL. Once you filled out TQL's carrier broker carrier package, you're done. You don't have to fill it out ever again. Oh, yeah. Sometimes. Now, not all brokers will let you fill out their carrier package without filling out a load. But sometimes you can say, hey, I just want to go ahead and get set up with you. Now, my go-to ones at the very beginning, when I'm bringing on a carrier and they're brand new, I sign everybody up with Landstar, Nolan, CH Robinson, Landstar, and TQL. Okay. Landstar, Nolan. Nolan is not going to last for long because Nolan right now are if you're factoring with OTR, they let you come on, but that is going to stop in April.
So
They're 90 days, if not, but that's going to stop. They're going to 6 months. Nolan is going in 6 months. That's the, TQL. She over there trying to write down the list. TQL is day one. I'll send you a list of day ones, but I tried. You can call and get the day ones set up already.
And those are day one.
Those are day ones. They'll work with you with day one authority. TQL, Landstar, CH Robinson. There's a few out there. I'll drop a list so everybody can have that list. Okay. Anything else? Any other questions? Nolan is going to 6 months, April 1st. They're not even doing that no more. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you something. This is going out of order, but let me tell you something. A lot of brokers are changing their criteria. A lot of people are going to 3 months and 6 months, and some are even switching over to a year. You know why? Box trucks. Bottom line, box trucks.
So what do you mean they use a box truck?
No, box trucks are coming into this industry. A lot of box truck drivers come into this industry. They're not in compliance. They're running under other people's authority. They're messing up loads and they mess it up for everybody. So instead of, the broker's like, okay, we're just gonna work with anybody, they're changing their criteria, which messes it up for a lot of people coming into the industry. Yeah, Nolan pays good. You get you a good broker over at CH Robinson, they pay good too. Yeah. But this is why the education comes in with these carriers as well, because they're out there messing it up because they just like, I had one guy come in and he's like, yeah, it's not my authority. I said, well, the person whose authority it belongs to is the one that has to complete my carrier package. You can't tell me that Pookie said you can use his authority. Pookie got to give me permission. Okay, because if anything happens, Pookie gonna come back and be like, who told you to book something under my authority? So I don't do that. If it's not your authority, I don't work with you.
And these carriers can be used with like 53.
The carriers, or you mean brokers?
Yeah.
Yeah, all those brokers can be used with 53s, flatbeds. Yeah, they pretty much take anybody, but those are like the main ones, especially when you're dealing with box trucks. Those are the main ones that a lot of people, go to firsthand. But yeah, 53s, hot shots, flatbeds, reefers, all of those brokers take those. Go ahead.
When it comes to new authorities, let's say that you've been under an authority for 3 years and you decided to get your own authority. So you know how to run the business and stuff.
Mhm.
So how can you explain that to other brokers so they can?
They don't care.
They don't care.
They don't care. You have to think about it. If you run under somebody else's authority, you've done good, you made all that money, you got that longevity, you can book with anybody in 3 years. And then you're like, you know what? I'm ready. I'm gonna start my own thing. You start over. You're a day one carrier. You can't go to that broker and be like, but I've been running for 3 years. They don't care. They don't care. According to them, when they pull it up in the system, you got your authority on Monday. Your CDL may say you've had your CDL or you've had your license or whatever, but you have no record of you building any relationships with any brokers. It's not like you can turn in a resume. So it's your resume is your MC. So when you're working under somebody else's MC, you're building them up. You're building their MC, or for some people I've seen messing their MC up. Okay. So a lot of times when people come to me for consultations or when people come to me for setups, I talk them out of working under somebody else's MC. Because why? Why are you doing it? Why you run under, what's the purpose of running under someone else's authority?
I guess insurance and like it's just crazy.
So when you run under someone else's authority, you don't have to pay insurance?
You do, but it's not as high as if you was to get your own. For me, I know for me.
That first year.
That first year.
After that, what the people who are
Right.
they paying $200 cheaper.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, how much are you paying them to run under their authority?
I mean, I didn't use it when authority, but I thought about it. I thought that it was a better way.
At the end of the day, you.
Progressive is like, I don't know, they probably said $40,000, $2,700 a month. And his license back.
For what type of truck?
Violations on his license. No, my husband don't. No. He hasn't even, he just really just started using it.
Was that the only quote that you got? You never get one quote. Never, you always shop around. Always.
But she said he just got his CDL. No, he didn't, he's have had his CDLs for 12 years, but he never used it. But when we bought the truck and we started to look, insurance was like $2,700 a month. So
I would say get some other quotes. Yeah, I can give you a few insurance carriers to go through. I would definitely say get some other quotes. It's one thing about business, in any business that you start, you got to start from the ground up. You know what I'm saying? You spend a lot of time when you're running under somebody's MC, you spend a lot of time building someone else's brand. It's on the side of their on the side of your truck is their brand. When you go in there and you're saying to yourself, I want to build a relationship with this shipper. I'm always at this shipper. You're building a relationship for them, not you. Okay. So you know, in business, we spend money to make, we spend money to make money. So you're going to spend that money at the beginning, but that first year is your grind. Because by the time you get past that first year, your insurance is going to go down if you do everything you're supposed to be doing. But you got to get there. And there's no way for you to get there if you're doing it for somebody else, because they're getting insurance break. They're getting this, they're getting that. And then 9 times out of 10, with some of these people, you don't know what actually, they can tell you that they paying such and such. You don't know what they paying. The insurance company could have told them 900, they told you 1,500. And then on top of that, you paying them 15% to run under their authority. So always think about that. If this is something that you want to get into and this is what you want to build for yourself. Build for yourself. Need help with that? Hit me up. You in Atlanta? Come sit with me and talk with me. Absolutely. You said how? She said, "How you finna give it to me today?" Like she's not finna let me leave here. Go ahead, Jackie. You had a question?
Yeah, I do keep my files and everything online, but I was looking into Dropbox and I have looked at the different ones, the individual, the business. Which one are you using and which one are you recommending? Is it different? I was looking at the features of both and they seem to be the same. And I'm like, okay, well, what's the difference?
I use, what is my Dropbox? I know I upgraded for a lot of space. Like it comes with a certain amount of space for the free, but I paid like $100 a year to get this 2.2 tegabytes.
Okay.
Which is a lot.
Okay.
Ask my son what that means, but I know it means a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think they were saying with the business is $20 per month per person, something like that, I think. And I think they were saying it was unlimited space. So it's like, well,
yeah. But this TIG, I've had these 2 gigabytes for like a long time, and I'm not filled up yet. And I know as you can see, I got folders for days.
Yeah,
like whatever it is I got a folder for it. So and I pretty much put everything, like I have not one file on my computers. Not one.
Okay.
Everything in the cloud.
That's what I want to do that. So I can probably do the individual one, but just update the space then. Just do that then.
Yeah, start out with a free account, and then when you see that you need more space, you can update your space at any time.
Great. Thank you.
And they'll let you know before you get to the fact that you're about to run out of space. They'll let you know.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Okay.
All right.
Okay, so some of my drivers, the owners are set, drivers, I send the rate content on their phone. If I'm doing it in Dropbox, I'm still able to send it to them?
Yeah, you're just using Dropbox to store. Right, but you can email anything to them or whatever the case may be. But your Dropbox is for you to store. Now I'm going to show you my life. This is life here. This is change your life type shit right here. This is the TMS system that I use. This is TMS system that we use. My dispatchers have access to it. All my drivers have access to it. It is Interportal. It's Black owned. And I use it every day. We use this every single day. And if this wheel will stop turning, this is embarrassing.
I just got it back.
In a portal?
I just got it back.
Uh-huh.
Because the investor, the guy,
Uh-huh. How's the wheel turning? Oh no, we put all that in the system.
It's a group text to me, like all three of us.
Right.
But sometimes it'll screenshot half of the load,
Right.
I'm just sending them the address, really.
Right, because he doesn't want them to see the Raycon.
No, he doesn't hide it.
Okay.
I don't know why he does. Some of them are like just the address.
Okay.
And so, I'm sitting at the end of the day, I do one drive.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh, now I gotta go back through the email.
Mm-mm.
For the whole Raycon.
That's too much.
Because I had in a portal, but I didn't think I was there a year ago, and so, but now, like I said, literally just got it maybe a week.
Okay.
And, I just inputted all the drivers, and now my deal is to get the link to the drivers so
Right.
they can use it.
Yeah, make sure you enforce that. I'm gonna show you. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm finna show you.
I was over it because I guess I had never seen it.
Right.
When I first started, I didn't.
And they've upgraded a lot.
I don't see the chaos in a year.
Yeah, they've upgraded a lot.
I'm like, oh my God. I pay for it.
Right. But it helps on the courier side as well. Yeah. Nicole, you had a question?
I think you might be about to get ready to go into like, because you don't want to send like.
I can barely hear you.
Okay. I don't like sending my driver the rate card with the rate on it. Right. So I had a send at first, but it just seemed so complicated. I was just trying to find one system, but like I raised my hand prematurely because I think you're about to go into where I'm trying to get as far as, being able to have the driver have access to the rate card rather than me downloading it into Adobe, erasing the rate, then sending it over to him. It's just becomes too much. So I'm trying to figure out what, navigating through these TMS systems, because some of them are just a little bit too, and I'm computer savvy, but sometimes it be making me feel like, what happened?
So for me, a send is more so for brokers. A send is very send too smart for me. It's a lot. But I like Interportal. I like the way that the driver sees one thing, the dispatcher, has admin access, and of course the carriers can have access too. So when you say drivers not seeing your rate card, so you're talking about you're a carrier?
Yes, as well. Yes, I'm a carrier.
So all right, so you only send your drivers the driver information.
Correct, but some of these brokers will only send, like for TQL, they send you your rate card and they send you driver's instructions. So with that, I'm cool because I just sent over the driver instructions. But when you have those brokers who send over just the rate card and no driver's instructions, everything is on that piece of paper. I don't need my driver to see what I'm getting off the load, So I got to Adobe, I take that price off, and then I send out the information.
Girl.
Yeah. So I'm trying to just
all right. So
system.
All right. So let me explain. Jackie, did you have a question about this, or you want me to start explaining, or I saw your hand up, Jackie.
Oh, sorry, that was from my last question. I'm sorry. I'll bring it down.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. So this is Interportal, guys. So for me, GL, so I have Gold Star Logistics Group, which is my main company. GLS Dispatch Group is just dispatch. That's it. Nothing else occurs under G. So that's why you see that logo. People started seeing that logo and they're like, you got two companies, kind of, sort of. This is just for this. That's all I do under there. Tax purposes, okay? My accountant was saying that I was making too much money, and I had to break it down a little bit, make me look poor. All right. So once you get in a portal, they customize it for you. They're gonna put your logo on it. They're gonna customize it for you and your team. All right. You have the dashboard, which is going to basically show you what you got. Why is it? Okay. What you guys are doing on the weekly back. Valencia, go girl.
Hey.
Go girl. Y'all see Valencia low.
She be doing stuff sometimes.
I see you, boo. I see you. That's damn. I ain't look at it just like, all right, y'all. All right, I'm sorry, back to the regular schedule program. So it's gonna let you know what you're doing on a weekly basis, what you did last week. So to kind of help you out in comparing, your loads and everything like that. It lets you know about, what current loads you got going right now, what carriers you have, loads in process. These are all the loads we have moving at the moment. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. You enter in all of what is happening with this thing. Here we go. You enter in all your carriers. These are all of our carriers. Okay. You enter in all of your staff, and then staff is my people. So you got carriers, you got drivers, you got staff. So the carriers are the companies. You enter all the companies' information. For the staff, we enter in all of our dispatchers. Like these are all the dispatchers. So that way, once the dispatchers are in, now I can assign that dispatcher to an actual carrier. The drivers, the only way to enter a driver is if the carrier is in. The drivers let you know who's working for who. All right. So drivers access, when they look at it from their scene, they see something different. They don't see everything. So when we go in and actually put in a load, all right, so let's look at, this one's done. All right, so let's look at this particular load here. When you enter in the load, you putting in all the information here. Every single thing about the load goes into your TMS system. All right. It makes it easy for you to run reports. If your drivers, if your carrier says to you, how much did I make last week? You can run a report. If whatever the case may be, they're missing a rate con, they're trying to turn something in the factoring company. You come back here, here's the rate con in the cloud. Boom, rate con. And here is your BOL in the cloud. Boom. I can pull this up from any computer. I can pull this up 3 years from now. I can pull this up 7 years from now. It's always going to be here. It's not on my computer. Okay. And how does it get here? The driver scans it in from his phone. You have to get your drivers involved. We're used to telling our drivers, send it over to me. That's cool and all, but why not open up your phone and upload? That lets me know the load is completed. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And that's a part of my services when I tell them, hey, I provide you with a TMS system. You don't have to go out and get your own. A carrier can go in and pull their own loads. They can see all their stuff. They see what I see. All right. But the drivers see something different. Okay. So all of your information is here. So you see they have rates in here, but when the driver pulls it up, the driver doesn't see that. All right. So when you put the driver in here, where's the driver's information? When you put the driver's information in here, when he pulls it up, he's not seeing that. Yeah, we create their own login. We have to have their email address, and we create a login and password for each carrier and one for each driver. So if you have multiple drivers, we create a login for each driver. So some of my carriers do allow their drivers to see that content. Some of them don't, but they want to do, but I still have to they can get admin privileges. Yeah, you can give those drivers if that's what they want, they can get admin privileges. Like for us, if with a driver, if they're getting to pay a percentage on the load, they need to know what the load is making. All right, so they need to see the rate confirmation. All right, so this system for us works because everything is here. If I want to know if this guy's invoice has been paid, click over here, boom, invoice. And it has not been paid yet. Oh, yeah, it has been paid. Okay. So it gives you everything you need to know all in one system. No need to move away from your TMS system. No, it didn't create the invoice. They ain't got that good yet. I'll be talking to Adam about that, but they ain't got there yet as far as creating. That invoice is for the driver to pay us, for the carrier to pay us. So now if they want us to go in and put their stuff in the factoring company, yeah, we do that. Yeah, we do that. It's a part of my 10%. Yeah. All right. What else I want to show you? So it also has a lot of great features in here that keeps you in here where you don't have to go away. So it lets you know about the weather. You can pull up the weather from anywhere, which we all should be doing. This is one particular one that I really, really like. If a broker calls me, hey, Tawana, what's going on? I got a load. You got any drivers near Pittsburgh? Sure do. I got a driver right there near Pittsburgh. I can pull him up and then I go in and see when he's gonna drop. And if that load matches what he is, I give him a call and let him know I got him a backhaul. So it's letting me know where my drivers are at all times. Every single dot is a driver that we have on the load. The carriers, no, yeah, these features are just for us, just for the dispatchers. Okay. So you have that. If you have DAT, you can connect to DAT from the load board. You have the broker. Okay, why that's not populating. If you want to be able to pull up trucking parking for your drivers, you know, these are things that we're adding value to our drivers. Hey, where you parking at tonight? You need me to reserve you a parking space? Okay, Interporter, don't embarrass me. You better pull up this doggone app. Come on now. You can do it. Pull up. Interporter is $99 a month, but everything on here is included in it. Not the DAT, but you know, all the part that's embarrassing me right now. All right. So anyway, it'll pull up the truck parking. All you do is you put your driver's zip code in and it says, hey, I found a parking over here. You want me to go ahead and reserve your spot? You're adding value. Set yourself apart from other people. You know, don't, try to be a problem solver. He needs his truck washed. He just left from dropping some sand, his truck dirty. He needs his truck washed. Find him a location so he can get his truck washed and reserve him a spot. He needs to get to a weigh station. He needs an empty weigh ticket, or they're telling him he needs to get a weigh ticket before he comes. Find out where it is and get him reserved a spot. You're adding value. Don't just say, hey, find your weigh station. They said to bring the weigh ticket. What he need you for? If he got to do it. You know, so you're adding value. Even if you're not using Interporter, you still have access to these websites where you can add some value. Your driver calls you and say, hey, I'm on the side of the road. I was on my way to my drop and I got a flat tire. Okay, call me when you get back up and running. Huh? No. You need me to do anything? First, let me give the broker a call and let the broker know we're running a little late. Then I'll give the shipper a call to make sure they're still going to be open when you get there so you can be able to drop your load. Where are you located? Do you need me to call roadside assistance? Are you in a safe place? You want me to call your mama for you? Something, but add some type of value. You don't just tell them, hey, call me back when you get up and running, because you need to know where that load is at all time. And that broker gonna be blowing up your phone because he gonna look on micropoints and see, why is this truck not moving? Roadside assistance. Do you have roadside assistance? You don't have roadside assistance? We're gonna call National Truck Roadside Assistance and see if we can get you a quote. Get somebody out there. Is your truck movable? How long do you think you're going to be down? Do they have the part? These are things you need to know because the broker gonna ask and that shipper's gonna want to know where his stuff is.
So roadside assistance, is this something that I can offer to the drivers, or is it something that they have to go in and get themselves?
The only way you can offer to a driver, if you got tow trucks all over the United States. You know, you can definitely partner with different places, like different roadside assistance where they have like, you know, what they call like affiliate programs and stuff like that. But, you know, you have to be able to service them wherever they are, not just in one particular state.
But is it some type of system where I can say, okay, you're there, let me find you a company that'll be able to go.
Yeah, that's what we want you to do. That's what we want you to do. If he's telling you I'm on the side of I-20 and I got a flat tire, you're looking to. Oh, you can either see them on your Interporter, or you can see them on if you have access to their EOD, or they can drop you their location. Yeah, if they give you access to their EOD, you can see exactly where they are. All right.
But with this, like, she's talking about roadside, right? She's talking about roadside, right?
To see where roadside assistance is.
Like to find a company. So say he was in Kennesaw and she needs to find roadside. And he got a flat tire. She want to know how she find that roadside.
Oh yeah, you're looking for commercial roadside assistance, which is like maybe like National Truck Drivers roadside assistant. There's different ones that focus on just commercial, not AAA. That ain't gonna work. But yeah, there's different ones that just focus on commercial trucks and bigger trucks. There's different type of tow trucks for those type of trucks, or tires and all that type of stuff. But yeah, there's a list of them. You know, if some of them have either what they call it, like the maintenance plans with their company. So maybe they call that particular company, or some of them may have a plan. Like we have a plan with National Roadside Assistance, which is a commercial trucking roadside assistant. So we would call that person and say, this is where truck number 137 is on the side of the road on 20, da, da, da. But that's the service that you want to be sure that you can provide to your drivers, not just leave them on the wayside and be like, just call me when you're done. All right. So whatever TMS system you pick is going to change your life. It's going to keep you organized. Okay. You have to think, if something was to happen to your computer, your actual computer right now, if somebody stole it, can you continue your business? You can. Yeah. This your life, right? Stay there with my phone. My phone was, if someone was to steal my phone right now, I cannot call Shay. I do not know her number by heart. Okay. Right. I have to go on Instagram and be like, girl, this Tawana from Terry account. You know what I'm saying? So your business can't start running because you lose this computer. You can't lose all of your driver's rate confirmation because you lost this computer. So you have to have some way to store and be more organized, whether it's a Dropbox, whether it's a OneDrive, a Google Drive, or a TMS system. If you have 2 or more carriers, you should have moved your business to a TMS system by now. All right. Running invoices is going to be easier. Running reports. You know, do you sit down with your drivers on a weekly or a monthly basis and say, let's sit down and see what we did? Let's compare. We did $5,000 week 1. We did $3,000 week 2. We did $4,000 week 3. For this month, we were able to do 20,000. Last month, we were able to do 30. What we did different? Was it the market? Was it the driver? Did we get new drivers? How do you keep where's your driver retention coming from? What are you providing them? You know, provide some type of reports and let them know how they're doing. When you let them know how they're doing, it lets you know how you're doing. Is it your fault? Is it the driver's fault? For instance, I had a driver one time. I had a carrier. He had 3 trucks. 3 trucks moving. We were dispatching all trucks. 2 of the trucks were killing it. One of the trucks was like maybe $3,000-$4,000 a week. I mean, yeah, a week. And we were trying to figure out what's the difference. He's, come on, Tawana, what you doing? What your dispatch is doing? So we compared it. On 2 of those trucks, anytime a dispatcher would call those 2 drivers, they were moving, ready to go. They wasn't asleep. They was answering the phone. But this one guy, the dispatcher always had a problem. He was either turning down loads or he was saying he was tired. So it wasn't us, it was the driver. When he switched that driver started making the same amount of money, if not better than the other 2 drivers, So we had to sit down, and I told him, I said, let's sit down and figure this out. Don't let me go. Don't give up on me. But when we figured it out, it was the driver. So we have to be able to understand, is it us? Are we doing something wrong? Are we not negotiating right? Is it the carrier? Is your truck breaking down too much? What's going on? And you can put those different types of notes in the system. Such and such truck down this week. So when we go to pull the reports, we know a truck was down. It's not that, you didn't make a lot of money this month. It's because your truck was down for a whole week. All right. So that's different type of value you can bring to your drivers. In a portal can help in whatever TMS system you choose. But once you get 2 or 3 trucks, at least 2 trucks, you should be moved into a TMS system by now. That's your organization is going to play a really, 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 really big part in that. Okay. Right now, when it comes to sending your drivers reports and stuff for the end of the year, how you doing that? You send out anybody send out an end of the year report? Where your driver retention coming in there? They got to send you 1099s. Have you gotten your 1099s from your drivers? Okay, so you got to be able to run yourself as a business. Okay, you got to be able to run yourself as a business. This is confirmation that I am on the right track. I operate with the what if factor. I know that's right, Miss Tina.
So some of my carriers did give me a 1099.
Okay.
And some of them didn't, but I still, for my
right.
I got that. But one carrier, his mama dispatches under his authority, but I dispatch her truck too. And she sent me a 1099 from her company, but my agreement is with his company. So I told her, how can I take that?
You got to make sure it matches the income though. Yeah, make sure it matches the income. So you have an agreement with him. So what is her 1099 for?
That's what I was trying to
Right.
That was my first carrier. He ain't never seen me. He just don't, you don't do
Most carriers are not gonna send you a 1099. The organized ones will. Like most of my carriers that I have set up with QuickBooks, they know it's just one, two, three buttons, and QuickBooks automatically sends you your 1099s. But you have your records. That's where your invoicing system comes at. If you're not using QuickBooks, you should be using HoneyBooks, PayPal, Square, something that's gonna tell you who you pay, who paid you, and how much they paid you. Okay. Is it the Interportal Dispatch Program? I need to sign up now. Organization will free my soul right now. She said her soul, free her, your whole soul, Nicole.
My whole entire soul. And
say that one more time, Nicole.
My whole entire soul, it will free it up.
Yo, ho, I'm telling you, I promise y'all, Interportal will change your life. Or any type of, I don't get no money for promoting Interportal. I just like it. I try to send, I tried ITS Dispatch. I tried, what was the other one? Truck something. I tried. Okay, this works for me. And then I like the fact that if I give him an idea, he'll go run. I feel like he owed me some money by now because I done gave him a few ideas, but we'll talk about that. But yeah, I don't make no money off of Interportal. It's just what I like. So ITS Dispatch, I think, will give you a free 15 days. Try it out. You know what I'm saying? Figure out what works for you. Just use something. Okay.
Well, you might need to get an affiliation program with Interportal because you just explained.
I know I explained it real good, huh?
Well, yeah, I know you say it's a lot about your agreement, but what does the ideal driver look like to you? Like when you're in the interview process and basically you're interviewing them while you're on board process, what does that ideal driver look like?
An ideal driver for me is someone who understands their truck, understands the equipment that they have, and understands the market. Now, I will say that's probably 50% of my drivers. The other 50% are the ones that are willing to listen. I don't know everything, but what I don't know, you better darn well believe I'm gonna go find out. If it's gonna be moving my carrier to make a profit and to make him scale, then I'm gonna find out. Okay. So the ideal driver for me, if they don't understand their own truck, they're at least willing to listen. And they're at least willing to listen to what we're doing and understand, like, if you're going to contract me to do a job for you, let me do my job. If you don't like the way I've done my job, we can have a conversation in 2 weeks or a month, but allow me to do my job. Okay, which means allow me to do my broker checks, allow me to do the negotiation, allow me to call your driver. What I don't like is a driver to say to me or carrier to say to me, you call me, I'll call my driver. No, I need your driver phone number. If I can't have your driver phone number, we ain't doing no relationship. I'm not gonna call you and ask you what afraid that you home. What sense does that make to me? I need access to the driver. Okay, so you're gonna have that 50-50. You're gonna have the ones that think they know it all. Oh yeah, I saw dude on IG said, yeah, I'm not willing to do nothing under $2.50 a mile. Okay, that's great. How old is your authority? Yeah, I just got it Monday. Yeah, this is not gonna work out for us. I can refer you to somebody. They can ask me questions about the Raycon. It's their Raycon. Yeah, all carriers, owner operators, they get access to their rate confirmation, especially an owner operator. Now, if you're dealing with a fleet owner and that fleet owner says, my drivers don't see rate cons, they only see driver information, that's different. Okay, but our owner operator, they get their rate cons. I'm just a contractor, so they're contracting me to do a service. So when it comes to rate confirmation, they're allowed to see all their rate confirmations. Okay, but their questions is going to come into play with, you sending me to Virginia. Is there any lows in Virginia? Shit, I don't know. Let's get there first. If it was that easy for me to say, I'm going to send you from Georgia to Virginia, because there's a whole lot of lows, and I'm going to send you from Virginia, Tennessee. We can even look at the market, look at the spot market, or look at the market conditions and say, it's doing great. But by the time you get over there, it may not be that way. Okay, but if you're sitting there only booking loads because before you book that load, book me a load in Virginia first. That makes no sense. It makes no sense, but you'll be surprised you get those drivers that do that. Before you send me over there, I want to load from Georgia to Virginia, then from Virginia back to Georgia. Am I going to be able to get back to Georgia? I don't know. But let's get to Virginia first. Let's make this money first. But as soon as you load it, best believe I'm looking in Virginia to get you another load. But I can't guarantee you. I don't make those type of promises. I hate to see people on Facebook. Come with my dispatch service. I guarantee you $8,000 a week. I guarantee you you'll always be moving. Girl, that's a lie. My truck ain't always moving. So I know you can't always move my truck. I'm gonna tell y'all, because I'm just petty like that. I tried this chick one time on Facebook. You could always keep me moving. That chick ain't booked one load for me. One load. Like you got all this talk on Facebook, but can't book no loads. Don't do that.
What are some of those groups in Facebook?
No. I'm gonna be real with you. Can you work for a company?
Can you be from a company but still have your own car?
Yeah, but if you're leasing under them, what are you doing with your authority? Just paying insurance?
The way I'm so much in debt, I need to be moving 24 hours, so I was just thinking like.
You can't do it. You can't run under two authorities.
So how you doing? You say what? You got your authority and you lease under their authority.
I know that's right, Nicole. You're right. So you can't run under two authorities at the same time. See, we not dispatching for her back there, okay? Right. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you the right way. If you have your own authority, but you're also running under somebody else's authority, you can't do that, because what's on the side of your truck better match that rate confirmation. Okay, and that BOL. All right, if you pull up and you forget to take the sticker off, because the other, you know what I'm saying, that ship is gonna be looking like, well, that's not the truck that's supposed to be coming here. You know, to keep yourself in compliance, to keep DOT off your tail. If your tag number is not connected to that authority, you screwing yourself up. So you can have multiple dispatchers. Give me one second. You can have multiple dispatchers. You know, if you feel like I need to be moving all the time or whatever the case may be, but you having two different authorities won't help you in what you're trying to accomplish. That won't do anything for you. You know what I'm saying? So you can have your own authority and you can say, hey, Tawana, y'all got some loads over there? Hey, so-and-so, y'all got some loads over there? Keep in mind, when it comes to me dispatching or any of my team, I don't give a darn who booked the load. If I got to share the percentage, I want my carrier moving. So you can't be in that mindset of, nah, if so-and-so helped me book it. If I call Jackie and say, hey, Jackie, I see you got some loads over there. Yeah, okay. We charge 10%. We're doing a co-dispatching agreement. But you got some dispatchers be like, nah, I'm not taking that load because then I had to get her 5%. I ain't doing that. But now your truck's still not moving. 5% is better than nothing. It's about moving the carrier, moving the truck. He don't care who dispatched that load. He don't care that. He don't care that you share your percentage with somebody else. It's the part of moving the truck. What does it take for you to move your vehicle? You know what I'm saying? So you get in the groups. And my Slack group, they'll tell you we drop tips in there. We drop loads in there, whatever the case. I don't care. Move the truck. Move the truck. Okay?
Like I said, my boyfriend been doing it for the last 3 years, but he's trying to go into his own authority. Which I actually helped him basically sign up with the FMCA to actually get his own authority. But once we signed up for that, he got calls back to back.
Spam.
Basically.
Spam.
They're telling him like, yeah, you and your brother like got a company together.
It's a lie.
Your new authority. Why don't you just work with your brother's new authority and then just like, work with your brother?
In order for authority to be active, you have to have insurance. Right. So you're paying insurance just to, people ask me that all the time. What if I just pay the insurance to let my authority get old? You can't do that, because at the end of the day, when you're ready to start using your authority, you still have nothing. The broker's gonna be like, give me 3 references. What references you gonna give them? Somebody else's authority? So yeah, anytime we're filling out. It's not true. Every time you sign up with a new authority on the FMCSA, it becomes public record. So you're gonna get a whole bunch of emails, you're gonna get a whole bunch of calls and everything that can be. So I always put like a Google Voice number. You know what I'm saying? 100% transparent. I work for the toughest driver ever, my spouse. So I have to be transparent and firm. Nicole, I don't dispatch for my boyfriend. Because that's too stressful. How we doing online? Y'all got any questions? We good? This is amazing. Thank you, Valencia. Oh, Lord. Yes, it is. Okay. As soon as my voicemail stop talking. Okay, we can move on. All right. All right. So any other questions about TMS system and organization?
You said you don't get no referral if you get it. You don't get no money?
No. Now I do have affiliate link on there now. So y'all can y'all can use my affiliate link. Yeah. All right. No other questions on where are we? Organization. All right. So we going home to be organized. Yeah. We saving some trees. Raise your hand if we're gonna save some trees this week. Yes. Uh-huh.
Start today, like, don't try to go back and add, right?
So they can, if you had Interportal before, they can, I think they can import your information, but if you're not using any of those.
It's up. Import is up. I'm talking about my curious stuff.
It's up to you. What I would do is I would go in from this year, from 2022, and go in and start input all the stuff from this year. So that way, when your Interportal is caught up for this year. Don't put the emails in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they notify the broker.
Oh yeah, it communicates with the broker. Yes. You didn't see that here. Let me show you. So when you're doing all them call checks, girl, look, listen, Linda, listen. See, once you put that broker's email there, when you enter this, it's gonna send them an email. When that carrier, I wish I had a screenshot of what it looks like on a driver, but when he enters in his check, it's gonna send them an email. When he says, I'm here waiting to be loaded, I'm loaded, it's sending them an email. Girl, go ahead, Nicole, you had a question?
Yeah, there was a feature here. Can you hear me?
Uh-huh.
There was a feature on here for the brokers. Like I saw it, like it would list all the brokers. I guess that's any broker that you dealt with. It's building your list for you.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what's
so you can build your broker list. Because as we know with our broker list, what do we do with our broker list every single morning?
That send them our available trucks.
Emailing our brokers.
Right.
Exactly. Every morning when you're building these relationships, you're emailing these brokers every morning. I got a 26-foot truck in Atlanta. I got a 53-foot dry van in Chicago. I got a flatbed over here. What you got?
Because I was literally about
offering them not truck.
I was about to do a whole Excel spreadsheet, going back in emails and pulling my brokers, trying to get organized.
Hold on 1 second. I'm sorry, Nicole. Start all over. I'm sorry, Nicole. Go ahead.
I was literally about to do a whole Excel spreadsheet of all my brokers that I've been in contact with from July to now, and just to, group thing. And then I saw that, I'm like, okay, yeah, this might again save my soul, because it gets.
Yeah, you can do that. And let me show you. This is something that I had. Let me see if I still have it. It does. They are working on that, because I said the same thing. I said, can we get this to auto populate, please?
Because I have box trucks, and I be like, some days just pulling my hair out. I ain't got much left, but just pulling it.
She's talking about I ain't got much left. This is when I first started. This is my sheet that I had started building. It lets me know, as you can see, these brokers deal with in 0 days. All these brokers here. Here's their email address, their contact number. This is an Excel spreadsheet that I have been working on for years. Putting in all brokers, 90 days, 180 days. So, when in the morning times, when it was time for me to get my loads, I'm copying and pasting every single one of these email addresses, and I'm putting it inside my email field, blind copy. Don't send everybody the same doggone email. Blind copy and saying, hey, and here's a list of my vehicles. Let me know how any of my vehicles can be of service to you today. every single, until they tell me to take them off their list every single day. That's how you build your relationships. That's how you stay off the load board. This right here. This search. So if I was looking for something with, I didn't know what the name of the thing was. Yeah, in my Dropbox. Right, because once this is what it looks like. Wait, clear all. she's like, what you just did? So this what it looks like. But then when I'm like, okay, I want to search for something with the name broker in it. So then it starts bringing up every single file. Yeah. She's like, how you did that? Yeah. So Tawana. Right.
Like her, I was print stuff and somebody told me, girl, if you print one over.
Yeah, probably Myron. Probably Myron. Yeah, no printing. Y'all stop all that printing. Tawana, you may have answered this already. If a carrier is paying their driver a percentage instead of a CPM or hourly, should the driver have access to the rate confirmation? Tiffany, that is going, so Tiffany's question is, if a carrier is paying their driver a percentage instead of a CPM or hourly, should the driver have access to the rate confirmation? Should, yes. But it's always up to the person who owns the truck, always up to the fleet owner, okay? For me, if a driver is getting paid a percentage, that means they're getting paid a percentage of the total line haul. So how do they know what the total line haul is if you don't show them the rate confirmation? That's just me. So me personally, yes, they need to see the rate confirmation, but you can't make a carrier or a fleet owner show their driver a rate confirmation. So it's always going to depend on that particular fleet owner. It makes more sense for them to see, because it's like, you just telling me this load paid $1,000, but how do I know for sure that this load, and this, God forbid, something happens and they get over to the shipper or they get somewhere and they say, oh, no, yeah, this paid $1,200. So now you got friction between you and your drivers. So it makes sense to be more as transparent as you possibly can, especially if you're paying a percentage of the total line haul. Go ahead.
What makes more sense, a percentage or a flat rate?
Nowadays, a percentage. Yeah. Right. Right. Yeah. Nowadays, a percentage. A lot of times, back in the days, and still some drivers, some companies do it. They pay per mile. But a lot of these drivers want to be paid a percentage. And the way these drivers done became bougie, child. They know they worth. Honey, I'm interviewing drivers now, and drivers be like, I want 70%. I'm like, dude, you paying the truck now? Like, dang. So, yeah, the dude told me, he said, I've been driving 18 years. I got tankers, I got hazmat. Well, boo, you should have your own truck. If you got all that, you is not giving 70% of my doggone freight, honey.
So you guys actually own your own trucks. How do you basically keep those drivers with you? Like, what type of service you provide them that keeps them with you, like training and things like that? Like, what can you do? No, carrier.
As a carrier, keeping driver retention is hard. Because you can be paying a driver really good, 40% of the load. He gonna go. I feel like drivers are always job searching. I really feel like drivers are always job searching, looking for the perfect job. So it's hard as a carrier to keep a job. You can give them home time, you can get them anything. Somebody gonna come to them and be like, oh, I give you 42%. They're gonna leave your truck on the side of the road and go to the other company. It's hard to. I've had somebody leave my truck in Arizona. Yeah, we've had that happen. So it's hard with driver retention. When it comes to dispatcher, I will say it's still hard, because drivers are always looking for the best rate. You charge 10%, the person over there, they charging 3%. Like, go on over there to the 3% crew. But it's about the customer service. Yeah. Yeah. I give people drivers all the time. The last dispatcher I had, she had an attitude and she forced dispatch me. She told me I had to take the load. You can't make nobody take no load. You just can't do that. Go ahead.
Back in Interportal, what if you had a carrier that like these are carriers,
Mhm.
and they didn't want the driver to see the rate come. So in airport, do you just not upload it? Or how
No, you can still upload it in Interporter, but when you give the driver app, all they see is this, but they don't see they see the mileage, they don't see the rate per mile, they don't see the total line haul. Right, the driver doesn't see all that.
Oh, so what if my carrier, he don't care? 'Cause he's
Then he gives his driver admin privileges. So if he, yeah, so when you go to plug him in, you're plugging him in with admin privileges. Last door to the right. The driver. If you want the driver to see everything, then you're giving him admin privileges. So he can see rate con, he can see rates, he can see everything. So it's all about how you put them in the system. I'll show it to you. Yeah, it's all about how you put them in the system. Okay. Any other questions on organization? We saving trees. I want to see some trees saved. Okay. Stop all that printing. All right, y'all doing good online? Any questions over there?
I just have
All
one more
right,
thing to
what
say
else
about
we got?
Interportal.
I'm sorry, go ahead and say that again.
I said I had one more thing to say about Interportal. It definitely saved me last week when that winter storm was coming through. While I was booking loads, I was able to keep my drivers. I was able to get on the weather tab, keep my drivers out the storm, while at the same time find my southern brokers. It's like a lifesaver over and over again.
Yes, absolutely. Totally agree. Thank you, Valencia. So what do you guys do as dispatchers? Because y'all know DAT gonna go down once a week. When you don't have a load board, what do you do?
Had been in a circle of people that were truly
Mhm.
educated. And I had two started to build this.
Mhm.
What I started with was I started with the brokers I was working with.
Right.
I started with them, but I did have to go back through emails and stuff.
Mhm.
Just trying to, put myself out there to let them know. And I found some of those with somebody, I could make two of those with somebody I had never really booked with.
Right.
Through my email.
Right. Absolutely. Okay. You cannot solely jump into this business and just depend on a load board. So how are you booking loads if you don't have a load board? Who you calling?
Brokers that you've worked with
Not
before.
Ghostbusters. Absolutely. The brokers you worked with before. The brokers list. Start calling them brokers. Start going through your list. Start going through your rate cons. Every single rate confirmation is a relationship. I forgot to put out that fruit. Every single rate confirmation is a relationship. If you booked a load with somebody last week, hey Tom, how you doing? It's Tawana. We ran that load for you next week. Do you have anything moving today? I got a drive that's empty over in Chicago. He has a fresh amount of hours. He's ready to go. Tom gonna start looking down his list. Yeah, I got something moving right now. How long would it take your driver to get over there? No load board. Okay, so if we start depending, as much as DAT go down, the rates should be going down too. They seem like they're going up, but as much as DAT going down, you got to have a backup plan. People dropping Slack. Anybody got any loads moving? And for those of you not in my group, Slack is my support community for people who have taken my classes. I'll make sure everybody in here is in there. But as much as, the DAT goes down, you got to make sure there's some type of backup plan. You cannot depend on load boards. You can't depend on DAT. You can't depend on truck stop. You got to depend on you and your network. What loads are out there? Asking any other dispatchers what they got going on. You got any loads moving? You guys have any contacts? You drop it in there. Hey, I got a truck in Chicago. Anybody got anything moving? But if you're thinking with your mindset, man, if I ask another dispatcher, she gonna ask me for half my percentage, then you're not gonna be able to, it's not gonna work. This industry is not for you. Okay? So you got to be able to rely on something else. Every single rate con that you have is a relationship. Hey, Tom. Hey, it's Tawana. They be like, who in the hell is so? You may not know me today, but you're going to get, no, I'm going to call you tomorrow too. Hey, Eric, how you doing? We just ran that lane. Anytime you book a load, when you send that driver over that broker over that rate confirmation, thank you so much for the load. It was great working with you. I really hope you guys liked our service. Please put us on your list. You know, communicate with them, talk to them, make friends. It's like Tinder. Make friends. You're trying to make sure these people are your friends. Every
You know,
single rate confirmation.
Tawana, you know what a
give me
broker
one
told
second.
me, Tawana? You know what a broker told me?
What?
I was working with this freight forwarder, a Tasmanian, and he told me, he said, because I've been moving a lot with him because he would email me loads. And even though I may not have anything, I respond and tell him I don't have anything. And he actually spoke to me and he said, Jackie, he said, you know why you're getting loads with me? Because you keep communicating, even though you don't have anything to quote on the loads that I've sent to you. And he said a lot of drivers or carriers, dispatchers, they fall off and don't communicate. So even if you don't have anything to suit what they send to you, just send a quick response. I don't have anything right now, but let me know what else you have. Yeah.
Absolutely. That's right, Miss Tina. Communication is the key. When I get those emails every morning, hey guys, I'm sorry, I don't have anything in that area, but if I do, I'll let you know. They're gonna get some type of response. Some type of response from me, even if I don't have anything, because I want them to remember my name. I want them to remember my company. So when the loads do come available, or you know, we don't have that issue. When I'm calling them, you know, that's how me and Brandon got tight. Brandon, let me get that cell phone number. Talk my email you. What's your cell phone number, dude? I want to talk to you every morning. I'm gonna email Brandon to death. Brandon, Andrew, and Alex from Nolan every morning. What you got? Trying to keep my dude close. What you got? Got something moving from Conyers to Covey, from Conyers to Fairville. How much? 600? Yes, he on his way. You know, but you got to build those relationships because that low boy is not always going to be there. Not always going to be there. The relationships are always better. Keep in mind, low boys are meant to be for just in case. Or this is what I got left over. I cannot move this load. Those dedicated loads or those local loads or those loads that's paying top dollar, 9 times out of 10, not gonna be on low board. It's not gonna be on the low board. So if you're not building relationships with anybody, all you get is what? Scraps. We're gonna take about 5 minutes. Y'all can go potty, get something to eat. 5 minutes, and we'll continue. Online crew, we're taking 5-minute break. So give us about 5 minutes. It is 11:47. We're gonna get back started at 11:52. Restroom is this way, you guys. Help yourself to some.
So I'm gonna go back. So I'm gonna go back with this guy. Until we put in all of them, don't put the broker email, don't put nobody's got to drive, none of that.
No, don't put all the ones you want back, no, but for those, you just want the name, so rate card, the BOL, the name, the rate, and all that type of stuff. So that when you start your report for 2022, it's accurate. But for all the ones moving forward, of course, you have to go for the driver. And get the driver involved, like make the drivers upload their documents. So that gets them more involved with the app. And when they do that, okay, I know the load's complete, but you just uploaded your documents.
And that's what it needs, because this guy, I mean, he's good at dispatching, and I like working with him because he's built relationships. Like I mean, I was so impressed with him. He had ran from somebody else, and we went on sign art. And RTS referred him to me like in April. And we talked, but he ran up on me to let he paid his insurance, and he ran a couple of them from his authority, but obviously went on top. And this dude has so many relationships.
Right.
And he's really trying to figure it out. Right. He really is. So
that's good.
But again, I was gonna try to set the drivers up. So I probably still do it, just work on the downtime if we go back.
Set it up, and then if it's not on the Interporter's website, call Willie and have him send you the driver instruction sheet. Because typically I send them that PDF and it helps them set up their on their side.
That's just setting up.
Yeah, we'll get you going.
Okay.
Oh, what I was saying about all that, the guy don't like to do check calls. He a great dispatcher, investor, he a great dispatcher, but he don't like to answer that. You know, like, when they're done, he'll send a BOL, but they have to ask him a couple.
What you need, boo? Right there. See on that shelf to the right, next to the water. Use your knees. Do this. Do this. Go over. Go over. Right there. See him? See him? There you go. And then there's some ice and some cups and stuff. Okay. Yeah, the check calls are so important, man, because it keeps a broker from calling that driver while that driver is on his rest time. You know what I'm saying? Terry hates when a broker calls him and he's asleep. I'm on my downtime. Why are you calling me? So the checkpoints are so important. It's like, you know, hey, just letting you know, I'm about to shut down for the day, but the driver's still on target. His ETA is in the morning at 7 a.m. We'll touch base with you in the morning to let you know that everything is still on target. So if you're giving them those checks, one, they love that extra communication, and then they won't bother you. Because you know, a broker will call you every 5, where you at now? Where you at now? Where you at? I'm still at the light, darn it. So why you keep calling me? Right, you still there? Right. Like you can, ain't you tracking me? But those brokers will call you. But if you're doing that communicate, huh?
You know, somebody she just said that.
Mm-hmm.
And I know she's not in here right now.
Mm-hmm.
Those groups,
Mm-hmm.
you have those dispatchers in there saying, he got I don't know, like, he texts me, and they ignore the broker.
Right.
Like,
No, don't ignore the broker. That's the last thing you want to do is ignore a broker. They're gonna start calling you from other numbers. Yeah, I mean, I'm in a lot of these Facebook groups, but a lot of times I'm in it for entertainment because I see so much stuff. Huh? You gotta take it as entertainment. You gotta take it as entertainment. I see, bro. One thing I hate, and y'all know if y'all see me in my Slack group, I hate when I see a dispatcher post she got dedicated lanes. A dispatcher can't have dedicated lanes. She ain't got no authority. Now she can work with a broker to have some lanes, but right. That's why you need to make sure exactly your post says, I am a dispatcher working with a broker. But sometimes what I do is when I see them, they say, I got such and such dedicated lane. I say, are you a broker or a dispatcher? They never answer. It's like, why you won't answer me? They probably be like, she always in here instigating. All right. 2 more minutes, y'all. 2 minutes. How y'all doing online?
Joanna, I have a question for you.
Sure.
Do you work with carriers in New York, and how do you handle the tolls that they have up there? I mean, the tolls are like a car payment.
Yeah, so the ones that live in New York, I guess they're kind of used to it. So, but you know, it's hard for me to get like another carrier. They hate New York, PA, Kentucky, not Kentucky, Connecticut, and that type of stuff. But the ones that are used to it, you know, they understand how to calculate those rates. But you always want to use for that to get, if you want to get exact amount, you want to use something like tollsmart.com. Tollsmart.com is going to give you the exact amount. But I have 2 guys over there, and they typically say they know the routes to take to avoid the tolls. Okay. I don't know how they do it. But if they're from there, they should understand, you know, the routes and different areas that they need to take to avoid the tolls. I don't know how they do it because I know they have one bridge over there. It's like $47 to get across the bridge and $47 to get back. And then that's just the bridge. You still have to pay the tolls.
Yeah. And I'm using Toll Smart. It's like sometimes they're a little bit unrealistic. I'm like, the broker is not always going to pay all your tolls. Your tolls is a car note. So let's be real.
No, he's not always going to pay, but you definitely want to make sure that you're incorporating it in there. So like if you're looking, let's see what we did.
Yeah, I use the Toll Smart and I calculate all the tolls and kind of put everything in there and push for as much as I can to get, if not all, most of those tolls covered.
So when you pull up the low and you see that it had, well, of course you automatically know if you put anything in New York, Connecticut, Jersey, it's gonna be some tolls.
Yes.
Okay, so if you want to calculate exactly how much that toll is cost, you're going to put it in Toll Smart. But for
Yes.
me, if I don't have time to do all that, then I'm just doing some type of estimate, and I'm saying it's going
Okay.
to New York. I'm trying to add at least another $200 onto that load.
Okay.
9 times out of 10, when you see a load from a broker on the load board, they're not calculating. They're not thinking about them tolls.
No,
They're thinking
they're not.
about $2 a mile, $3 a mile, that type of stuff.
Yes. Okay.
They're not
Okay.
thinking, but so you have to be sure to negotiate that tolls into there.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's rough, but yeah, I have a few guys over there in that area, and they'll say something. They'll tell me all the time, "Oh, I know how to avoid the toll, or I know how to get past that area without having to do that." I don't know how they do it, but yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Most of my drivers just hate going to New York, period.
Yeah, I don't like that New York, man. I had to drop one of the kids. I'm like, they're so ridiculous. And I'm like, you know what? No, no.
Mhm.
So,
And then a
okay.
lot of people in the New York area don't like to leave. They're like, I just want to do New York or, PA, they don't like to leave. And you're not always going to get the best
Yeah.
rates in that area.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
Especially on the box truck.
I know. It's crazy. All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Nicole said, leave her home. Nicole, well, tell us the secret then. How we get past all them doggone tolls.
I ain't gonna tell you no secret.
What's the
'cause
secret?
Ain't no way past it. That's why I moved to Charlotte. I don't.
She said that's why I moved to Charlotte. My driver over there say he know how to maneuver the tolls, so he must just not be paying them. Maybe that's what he means.
I mean, there are roads. My father-in-law, who's been driving for years on years, he tells my husband how to get around certain things and which highway to go and back roads to use.
Mhm.
It's always
Mhm.
tricks to something. They know how to get around something. But New York tolls are very high, and that's the Verrazano Bridge you speaking about, very high. Like it gets pricey out there. So that's why we in Charlotte now, truth be told.
She said that's why we in Charlotte. We stay away. I get it. I feel you. All right, y'all. Let's talk about some detention time. So how does detention time come into play? How do you get detention time? What is detention and how do you get it?
Basically, I know it's 3 hours, after you get it for 3 hours.
Okay. Okay.
And
Industry standard is 2 hours, but you have some brokers now that done got a little slick and they've changed it to 4. Okay. So industry standard is 2 hours, which means you have to give them at least 2 hours to load or unload your truck. You have to give time for, lateness and all that type of stuff. So let me give you a scenario. John, on his way to his load, John has a 9 o'clock appointment time. John gets to the shipper at 9:30. Is John qualified for detention time? No.
In line, waiting to be checked in, like I tell them, if they don't have 9 o'clock on that check-in,
Exactly. You only qualify for detention time if you are on time. You cannot get detention time if you're not on time. Because if you set them back, especially if it's an appointment time, if you set them back, you don't qualify for detention time. So now you just there waiting for them to get to you, especially if it's an appointment time. What does FCFS stand for?
First come, first serve.
That's what I'm talking about. Yes. I hate when people mess up that question. Somebody asked me the other day in the private chat on Slack. The rate con don't have an appointment time. It just say FCFS. I said that stands for first come, first serve. That means you get there when you get there.
In that case, sometimes I've had some brokers who will still honor my detention. And some of them will tell me, oh, on count, is that first come, first serve. So in that case, I was like, tell my driver,
No, it's still detention. So if it's a first come, first serve, still after that 2 hours. But what you want to do is understand that broker's detention time terms, because every broker is going to be different. So you ask them, let me go back. The checkpoints is going to be very important with detention time. I don't do checkpoints on phone calls. I do checkpoints on emails. Hey, just letting you know it's 9 o'clock. The driver has arrived on site to be loaded. Hey, just letting you know it's 10 o'clock. The driver still hasn't been loaded, but I'll keep you posted. Hey, just want to know what's going on. What's your detention terms? How long, will until detention terms start kicking in for us? So he may respond back to you, or it may be on your rate con. He say, we pay $50 per hour after the first 2 hours, or after the first 3 hours, or whatever the case may be. Okay, but those checkpoints are going to come into play. All right. So if your driver is not telling you no, if a driver calls me and be like, hey, I've been sitting here for 3 hours. No, I don't know. I ain't heard from you. So how am I supposed to know? Right. You ain't called me. Right. So they have to let me know when they get on site. They got to let me know when they get to the dock. I want to know every single move until you leave that shipper, because that's the only way I can fight for detention time. I can't fight for detention time. I say, I meant to tell you, my driver been sitting there for 3 hours. And the broker gonna be like, I don't care. You ain't said nothing to me. But every email is a check. Okay. Yeah, Landstar has moved to 4 hours on their agreement, Jackie. Make a trackable record via email. You better believe it, Tina. Paper trail, always. No phone call. And sometimes when you do get that phone call from the broker, I'll go to my email and say, as per our conversation at 9:22 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, whatever the case may be, because I want it to be documented, because that's the only way you can fight for detention time. All right. So after the, whatever the case may be, and you let that broker know, hey, it's been, we're at the 4th hour, it's been 2 hours. I need $100. I need a new rate confirmation with that $100. For me, my truck ain't moving from that shipper until I got a new rate confirmation. You want me to move? Change my rate confirmation. All that talking about, I'm gonna send it to you in a minute. I'm on lunch break, girl. You better call Tyrone or somebody to get me a new rate confirmation, because I'm not moving. Okay. Get a new rate confirmation. It sounds good until you have a new rate confirmation. It means nothing to that factoring company, or it means nothing to you writing an invoice until you have a rate confirmation. The factoring company is going to go by whatever the last rate confirmation you got. You can't tell the factoring company, well, he said he was going to send me a new one. My email states he gave me $200 detention time. Not on their rate con. Keep in mind, rate confirmation, that is your contract for that load. So if your contract does not change, they going by that first load. So keep a paper trail, email. Okay. It just wanted to let you know it's 10 o'clock. That driver is still not loaded. Hey, any way you can give the shipper a call and find out what's going on? Or do you mind if I give the shipper a call and find out what's going on? Sometimes the broker could call and get, and say, and give you some insight of what's going on. 9 times out of 10, they're running behind on appointments. Maybe the shipment's not ready, whatever the case may be. But at the same time, to cover yourself is going to be an email, and you're going to make sure that that driver is giving you checkpoints. Okay, if he's not communicating with you and he comes to you after the fact and say, we getting detention time? No, we get detention time because you ain't tell me nothing. Okay, so that communication plays a big part. That driver is communicating with you and you're communicating with the broker in writing. I don't care how much you like Tom, we still going to email Tom. Tom, don't be calling me asking no questions as per our conversation. Because the phone call is nothing. I can't file a claim on a phone call. If you have an issue with the broker, most brokers, especially large brokers like TQLs, they got this thing called carrier relations. And as long as you have all of your ducks in a row, you got your rate confirmation, you have your emails, and he's not answering the call, he's not giving you a new rate confirmation, go to carrier relations. Your next step is to tell them you're gonna write a review. Y'all start writing these reviews on DAT on these brokers. Because when they reviews start going down, they don't like that. They don't like that. I'll write a review in a heartbeat. Can I get my new rate confirmation? Because I'm on DAT right now. I'll send a screenshot.
So you said basically the driver should not move without that new rate con.
No, give me a new rate con.
Well, go ahead and make your delivery, and I send you an updated rate con when you drop the load.
That sounds like BS. It sounds like BS. And you never got a rate con, right? Never got a rate con. Why? Why would he give you a rate con? That his load got delivered. His load got delivered.
Now, when I heard the carrier, if he does, like, I'm not moving until I give you a rate con, would that hurt his broker?
Now, a broker, now keep in mind now, brokers have, if you have never seen, let me see if I can get her to send me her live. If you've never seen what Courier 411 look like, y'all know what Courier 411 is? You know what a freight guard is? Let me see if I can pull one up. So a freight guard is basically a report card. Okay, that freight guard is going to kind of like tell you, what's up with that carrier. A broker can go on to Courier 401 and say, this carrier is horrible, this carrier is never on time, blah, blah, blah. Now, of course, you get to appeal it or whatever the case may be, but you guys get to do the same thing on DAT. This broker never pays on time. This broker promised me this, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so you got to keep a broker accountability, make them accountable. I have a picture, I have to. Any other questions on that? Landstar pays $35. Yeah, Landstar used to be $50. But a lot of, especially during COVID, a lot of the detention times have changed. They'll want you to sit there for 4 hours instead of 2. Industry standard used to be 2 hours. Like you at least have to give them 2 hours to start unloading. But now people are starting to go down. But don't be afraid sometimes to ask these brokers, who's the shipper or who's the receiver? Because as sure as they say Dollar General, Budweiser, Ocean Spray, Publix, Kroger's, Walmart. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to take this load. Yeah, nah. And as soon as you ask, when you start hearing like certain keywords when the broker is talking, you're like, who's the receiver? They start chuckling. Come on, I'll give you a couple of extra dollars. You gonna give me a couple of extra dollars to sit at Walmart for 8 hours? Hell no. So, you'll start to learn the ones that have lumper. Lumpers are typically produce, grocery stores, or anyone who does not have their own shipping and receiving department. Okay. So if you never go to a Kroger's and see a whole bunch of people sitting on the back of a dock. They don't have dock people. That's why they have lumper companies. Lumper companies, they sit there, they wait till you come, they see how much your truck weigh, and they tell you the lumper fee is gonna be $9,000, typically. Okay, it all goes by the weight, all right? So if you understand certain companies, start keeping yourself notes. So that way you get an understanding, oh, okay, he's about to go to Kroger's. See if that broker can go ahead and give you that lumper number already, have it ready. So keep yourself notes for certain shippers and certain receivers that you automatically know, okay, this is gonna have a lumper. Or ask them, this gonna be a lumper? Can we go ahead and get this lumper taken care of? They know what the weight is. After he picks up the load, he knows what the weight is. Okay, so you can go ahead and get your lumper taken care of. Because 9 times out of 10, that driver gonna call you 2 o'clock in the morning, hey, I just pulled up for my delivery and it's a lumper charge. And you gotta call and get that lumper paid. Okay, so the detention time is always going to be making sure that you are doing your check calls and making sure you are keeping record. But you can hold these brokers accountable. I will call Courier Relations in a heartbeat. Okay. Somebody say question? Oh. Let's see. All right. Yeah, making a trackable record. Okay. Yeah, it's very cheap. Okay. All right. Any questions? How we doing, online community? Any questions? All right.
No questions.
All right. Somebody say something? Go ahead. Oh, no? You Gucci? Okay. All right. What else we got? So,
I said that was me, Tiffany. I was just saying no questions.
Oh, okay, cool.
Hey, Miss Tiffany. Hey, hon.
He drove down to see me and take my class all the way from North Carolina. She really liked me. I had 2 ladies in here this week from Chicago. I'm like, there's people in Chicago that teach this, right? All right, so we've talked about setting our standards. We've talked about onboarding. We've talked about organization. We're gonna save some trees. What else we got, y'all? How you guys maintaining, of course you got carriers, you're dispatching, but sometimes, when I first started dispatching, I probably was doing anywhere between $1,500 and probably like $2,700 a week. Was loving it, like love this business. I left Emory for a reason. This is perfect. And then it would get to those weeks where it was like, darn, I only made $400. I'm finna go back to corporate America. I wonder if my job's still hiring. You gotta have that same energy that you had when you was ranking in $1,000, $2,000 a week. You gotta have that same energy when it's only $400. You can't quit. You can't say this not for me. How are you reinventing yourself? What else are you doing? What else are you offering?
So how do you find those truckers who will basically trust you to become a dispatcher? What did you do starting off?
Starting off, I'm not gonna say it was easy, but because I had a truck and my drivers was out there, it was word of mouth. Even now, most of my services are word of mouth. You know, people that take my class is word of mouth. People that sign up with me for TPA, word of mouth. You know, and that's, you want to have that, because if you're not doing a good job, if somebody say, hey, who dispatching for you? If you're not doing a good job, they're gonna be like, nah, don't call her. She ain't worth shit. I'm in search of another one now. I ain't even gonna give you her number. You know what I'm saying? But if you're doing a good job, I got drivers right now walking around my cars in their truck. You know, I had a guy on post on IG. He seen my cars in a doggone pilot station in Phoenix. My boyfriend did that. He dropped my car at some pilot station. He do that all the time, y'all. Okay? But, right. But one, you gotta brand yourself. Everywhere I go, not today, because I need to wash, I'm sorry. But everywhere I go, it's Gold Star. I was in Publix one day and I had a Gold Star shirt on. This dude behind me was like, you Gold Star from IG? I started clenching my purse because I didn't know what that was about. Like, do I owe you some money, dude? But he was like, I follow you, man. I'm one of your drivers. I don't know all my drivers. I don't even dispatch. I'm one of your drivers. He's like, I'm Ed. I'm like, don't know you, but thank you for your business. You know what I'm saying? Because I brand myself everywhere I go. Everywhere. I always got cards on me. I'm always giving people cards. I'm at the truck stop. When I first started, I was at truck stops every Wednesday. People used to always ask me why Wednesdays, because Swift pay on Wednesdays. Landstar pay on Wednesdays. So I was at the truck stop every Wednesday. I had my little basket with my cards and some cookies. I had clothes on. You know, I've seen some dispatchers do it a little different, but I had clothes on. Yeah. Yeah, we used to go to the truck stop with basket because truck drivers like to eat. I used to get these little pilot coupons for hot dog and a soda for $2. And I used to buy like 20 of them and give them that with my business cards and tell them who I am and this is what I offer. And they be asking you all type of questions. You got to come with it. They asking you a question right there on the spot. You got to come with it. Drivers will be like, yeah, I'm gonna try you out and see how you go. And they still with me today. Still with me today. You got to come with it. But you can't have this energy this week and don't have that same energy next week. It got to be all the time, same energy all the time. This business is one of those things where if you don't have that energy, the energy gonna follow you. Your energy gonna do the same thing you doing. You're not getting up hustling every single day. It's not gonna do it for you. So you have to have that same energy every single day to put into this business. That consistency. Thank you, Nicole. That's the word I was looking for, but I was liking energy. But if you want me to use consistency, we'll go with that. Oh, you did? That's what's up. Y'all social media, and I see y'all blue. I see all y'all social media, and I'm like, I'm an introvert, you can't do that in this industry. You can't do that. Yeah. Now I do. When I first started, hell no. When I first started in this business, I thought I was accountant. I was doing my own taxes. I was doing IFTA. I didn't know what the hell that was, but I was putting some numbers in. That didn't work out for tax purposes. I was doing everything. But at some point in this business, you got to figure out you ain't no doggone tax accountant. Let somebody else do your taxes. You not this. Let somebody else do that. I stay in my lane. So people ask me all the time, can you teach me brokerage? No, that's not what I do. I stay in my lane. but I can refer you to somebody. Can you teach me how to set up my LinkedIn? No, but Shay can. Huh? Yeah, she told you, yeah. Okay, so whatever your niche is, focus on that and let other people. Now, yeah, little chicken Philippine named Maria. That's why when y'all be talking to me on IG, it don't be me. It don't be me. Don't be talking to me on IG. You better send me an email. I don't, but my LinkedIn, I run my LinkedIn. Now, if you see me post something personal, like my dog or something, like everybody know Rusty, then that's me. But you got to run your business. You have to be able to run the parts of your business that's gonna help you grow. And I have dispatchers that do an amazing job at what they do. So I can be out here getting carriers, bringing more carriers in, networking, bringing shippers in, talking to this person, bringing business to my business. I don't have to be working my business. I've earned the fact to work my business right now. So you have to get, I'm not saying, I didn't say it took overnight. It was to the honey, baby, bank account on flat. It got to them points. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. It got to them points when bank account was on flat, and I was calling Emory like that $90,000 a year was looking real good. But this is what I wanted. I didn't want to be nobody. I wanted to be my own boss. I wanted to do this. So bank account was on flat. Negatives was happening, NF fees was happening. So what can I do? What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? Keep reinventing yourself. Keep trying. Keep that consistency. Right now, I'm learning how to dispatch heavy haul and containers. I'm in a class for somebody else that has a niche of doing that to teach me something different so I can continue to reinvent my business. But if all you're doing is sitting at home, this is not working. I'm on goddamn Indeed right now. Okay, this job hiring, then it's not for you. Entrepreneurship is not for you. And it's not for everybody, don't get me wrong. Some people have no problem, I'm going to work for a dispatch company and maybe grow into that. It's not for everybody, but if that's what you want in life and that's what you want to do and you want to grow your business, you want more trucks, you want, to have trucks or whatever the case may be, then you got to stay with it. You got to have that same energy you had at the beginning when those days aren't that good. Don't let IG sell y'all these stories. These chicks don't have no 6 figures. I don't got 6 figures. Don't let these people sell you these. Yeah. Social media will have you thinking you're not doing a good job. Yeah. Right. It's the way you use it. It's the way you use it. Right.
Okay, you're making 6 figures. You have 5 trucks in a row.
Do they? Do they? Do they? Are they making 6 figures? Right. Exactly. And probably because my sister was one of them, it was too much for her. Right. And she was like, if you're not organized, how you gonna hire somebody else and bring them into your chaos? She couldn't grasp it, and I felt like I was constantly trying to show her, like, why you can't get this? Yeah, if you already know that your systems are not in check, how you gonna hire somebody and bring them into your mess? Yeah, you thought she was gonna fix your mess? Who you hired, Iyanna? Yeah, if you're gonna bring other dispatchers in, and that's what I did when it got to the point where when it gets to the point where you're not providing that same level of customer service to every single one of your carriers, you need help or you need to stop accepting carriers. Okay, you either need to stop accepting carriers or you need help. Okay, but at the same time, how are your systems? When you bring in somebody into this, how are your systems? Is your systems correct? Are you bringing someone into a business ran operation or are you bringing somebody into your hustle? And if you want them to help you, it got to be ran like a business. Okay, but that same energy, that same level of customer service that you provide to a carrier 1, 2, and 3, you got to be able to provide to 4, 5, 6, and 7. If you can't, it's too much for you. Everybody always asks me, how many carriers is too many? I don't know. How many carriers is too many for you? I got a dispatcher right now, can't get past 2. But I also got one on this phone that got 7. How many is for you? You know, and that comes with organization. People be like, there's no way I'll be able to dispatch for 10 trucks. I was dispatching for 24. Before I started hiring, I was dispatching for 24. Now, don't get me wrong, I did not sleep and my relationship was in shambles. But at the same time, you know, when I started building my systems and I had to bring on dispatch, it was because carriers was like, I ain't hear from you yesterday. Oh, snap. I forgot to call him. So that means my level of customer service was going down. So I had to bring in more people. You understand what I'm saying? So you don't want to, if you bringing in more people, but you losing people, you don't have driver retention. The object is to bring in more and keep them. Okay, so if you treating these three good and then these three, oh darn, I'm gonna get to you, give me a second, I'm busy right now. They don't want to hear that. They want the same thing. Okay, so everybody's gonna be different when it comes to how many drivers I can take. How many carriers can you handle? Everybody gonna be different. But in order for you to be able to handle more carriers, your business got to be in check. You got to go through and do a whole business 911. You know, how are your paperwork? Is this set? Da, da, da. If you go on vacation, who dispatching for your trucks? Girl, I did that too, girl. Turks and Caicos. Everybody else with their little bathing suits all out there. So, Tawana, how long are you gonna be on that computer? I got one more truck to get out. You know what I'm saying? So, right. Right. Already moving. Exactly. What you tell the carriers? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm on vacation for the next 4 days. By the time you come back, somebody else is dispatching for that driver. So you have to have your systems in check. She said, I took my computer to Hawaii. No, Miss Tina. Not Hawaii. So, Miss Tina, who do you have in place? So you have nobody in place if you leave?
Me, myself, and I.
And all three of y'all went to Hawaii?
All three of us. And the time difference is 8 hours from Eastern Standard
so that
Time.
means you was up while everybody else was asleep.
Right.
Yeah, we got to be able to enjoy vacation. We entrepreneurs. Now, don't get me wrong. When you're an entrepreneur, like she said, it's you, yourself, and I. Like, if my business is going down, it's because of me. If my business is going up, it's because of me. So you got to figure out some way. But Miss Tina, next time you go to Hawaii, honey, leave that doggone laptop at home. Or call me. I do vacations all the time. I get a dispatcher. Hey, you'll take care of my carriers while we're on vacation. I take care of the carriers for them.
I've hired somebody, so it's off of me now.
Hey, hold on, y'all. Say that again, Miss Tina.
I said I have hired some people, so it's getting better.
Okay,
because
good.
I can't do 100
that mean the next
jobs.
Vacation, you won't have no computer.
Right, because I cannot do 100 jobs, and right now that is what I am doing.
Amen. That's what I'm talking about. That's how you become a business owner. Y'all ever hear somebody say, I own a business, I don't run my business? Two totally different things. Two totally different things. It takes time. I'm not even gonna say I'm 100% there, and that's probably because I'm a control freak. I'm not 100% there, but it takes time.
That's the Scorpio in you talking.
That is a Scorpio in me, honey.
Hey, Tawana, I have a question for you. Because I was wanting
Hold on,
to talk
Jackie.
about. Okay, sir. Mm-hmm.
Hold on, Jackie. Hold on.
Yes.
Right. And I've done that. I've done that. I've gone through probably within the past 2 years, 6 assistants. 6. Not because they wasn't good. And if I'm gonna be honest with it myself, I probably say because they wasn't me. Because I have my standards and I know how if my driver calling me and telling me that nobody answered my phone, that's a problem. Like, if that's what I hired you for, that's what you do. You go to the bathroom with the doggone phone. I went to the bathroom with my phone, you know? So it's hard, but at the end of the day, I still kept trying to hire assistants because I knew that's what I needed. Eventually, I got to the point where I found someone that was there with me every step of the way. If I needed her at events, if I need whatever the case may be. But I went through so many to get to that point where it's like, I don't trust nobody. I even had an assistant because I was giving them my laptop and a cell phone. I didn't have an assistant. I had to go at like, because I'm from Dade County, y'all, and be like, girl, if you don't give me my, you know? So it got to that point. But again, I hired somebody else. My mom was like, you just a glutton for punishment. I'm like, I need help because if I didn't have that assistant, I was gonna drive myself crazy. So I finally found somebody and it was like, oh my God, she does everything I asked her to do. Oh yay. Is she still on this phone? She gone. Oh no, she there. But yeah, I finally found somebody and it was like, okay, everything I asked her to do this. She'll give me a timeline. Hey, I'm gonna be out of town. Okay, communication. It had to get to that point. You know what I'm saying? But you got to be able to step away from this. These carriers will drive you to drinking more because I was already drinking, but they'll drive you to drinking a little bit more. Okay, so you got to be able to step away from this and have some type of standards when it comes to y'all time. The only time you are 24-hour dispatches is if they are on a load. No driver should be calling you at 9 o'clock at night. For what? Call me in the morning or shoot me an email. Your truck not moving in the morning, you don't gotta call me at night and tell me that because Terry gonna answer the phone. Terry is the big black dude, that's my boyfriend. Okay, so set your standards. If we're not on a load, if it's not an emergency, I used to have drivers all the time, 9 o'clock at night. So what we doing tomorrow? What we moving? I would be going, I'm looking on the load board now. I'm trying to find. No, I had to get out that. Like you ain't paying me to be here all day, every day. We ain't on the load. You got your load instructions, you moving, we'll talk in the morning. Okay, so set your standards, set your standards. Anything that you do, whether this business or whatever it is, whatever your standards are, set your standards and make people live by your rules. I get people that call me sometimes. I see you, if I give you 2 trucks, you dispatch for 7% instead of 12, instead of 10, can you go in Macy's and negotiate your price? I wish I could, but no, that's my price. There's other people out there that charge, let's go to them. Well, I know my worth in my business, and that's why you calling me, and it's gonna be 10%, plus a $250 deposit. You like it? No? Okay, nice talking to you and keep it moving. I charge a $250 deposit before you can sign up with me. And you have to have a credit card on file. I take my stuff comes out every single Friday. If it does not come on Friday, we do not dispatch on Monday. And I charge a $35 fee. It's business. Know how it feels. I dispatch for my baby daddy. I'm getting my child support one way or another. he be like, damn man, you don't never get a nigga a praise. No, this business. Shoot, you owe me 200 and something down on child support, nigga. You know, it's business. There's a lot of people out there that's gonna charge less than what you charge. Yes, love.
You said that you charge this is Tiffany, I'm sorry. You said you charge your drivers a deposit up front. Is that during the onboarding
Correct.
process? Do they ever ask you what the deposit is for?
They do.
Okay. And what do
Oh,
you,
you
how
want
do
me to
you
answer the question?
Yeah.
Let me show you.
Yeah,
Let me show
so
y'all something. Let me show you something. Share screen. I don't want no misunderstanding. So if you go to if I tell you to go to my website and get all the information you need, y'all can see my screen online?
Yes.
Okay. My website gonna give you everything you need. You can call me and ask me questions, but you could also go to my website and get everything you want to know if you want to dispatch for you want to use my services. How much it costs per truck? Right there. What do we offer? Right there. What you need? Right there. You get to this part and you decide you don't want to move, don't click this button because you're going to get charged that $250 deposit. What's the deposit for, ma'am? The deposit is for if you owe me any money at the end of our terms, I'm going to get my money out that $250 and send you the balance. When you go to Enterprise Rent a Car, they charge you a doggone deposit. But if you bring back their car with no issues, full of gas, they give you your deposit back. It's no different. me show you something else. I got tired of people running off on me with the plug. Shoot, I had to learn a lesson, honey.
I know a lot of girls won't do it for that reason.
What?
They're scared to invoice.
It's business.
I know. I mean,
It's
I'm
business.
not-
You see this?
Yeah, I'm curious. Yeah, I know.
Y'all see this right here? Y'all see this right here? This person owed me $150 from 2020. This person owed me $24 from 2020, $160 from 2019, $87 from 2019, $200 from 2019, $64 from 2019. They played me in 2019. They ain't playing me now. Because it was like, how I'm gonna get my money. I call, I'm sorry, I dispatched that low for you. Y'all gonna send me my money? Now you don't send me my money. I'm gonna send you a letter that was drafted by Legal Shield, demand letter. I send you a demand letter in a heartbeat, no hard feelings.
Well, your onboarding process, your agreement should include something like that.
My agreement does include it. It includes it. My agreement states the same thing my website states, so there's no misunderstanding. Okay, and be honest with you, if they're reluctant to pay your deposit, how they gonna pay your invoices? They gonna pay your invoices. In the beginning, they don't get past the onboarding process. You don't get past the onboarding process if you don't pay that $250. What am I assigning you to a dispatcher for? So what are your standards? It may sound crazy, but it's a lot of dispatchers out here. But these are my rules and regulations to run with my company. You heard about me? No problem. To work with me, this is what I require.
So Tawana,
That answer your question, Ms. Tiffany?
You did. So I am assuming for the drivers that you invoice, they don't have a factoring company. Because with the okay, so with the
factoring company is going to pay that driver. The factoring company always pays the carrier or the driver. Okay, so on Friday, you've gotten paid by Friday from these loads that we've booked throughout the week. So I need my money. Now, I do have drivers that do not deal with factoring companies. They're waiting to net 30s or they're waiting to net 60s. I ain't waiting net 30. My invoice say Friday. So if you still waiting, I've had people that be like, I'm waiting to get paid. They got nothing to do with me. I dispatched you a load. Understand? I've done my job. So you pay me. So you need to have some capital build up. You need to call your baby mama, your auntie, your mama, whoever it is. But on Friday, mine is direct deposits out of your ACH.your account. And if it's not, come Monday, I don't dispatch. Come Tuesday, you got a demand letter. It's just that simple.
What type of system do you put in place in order for you to get that ACH? Is that through the import, or do you have something like HoneyBook or something that's going to pay you for it?
Everything is done through QuickBooks. Everything is calculated. Maria, she lives in the Philippines. She does my billing. She does all the calculations. She enters everything in on Thursday nights. Come Friday mornings, it's out. Typically by midnight, it's out Friday. And then she'll see by that time who has not paid or who ACH didn't go through. Then she works through that list, and then come Monday morning, she said such and such ain't paid. We put a note in our dispatch, in our Slack group, so and so ain't paid, cease dispatching ASAP. I don't care if they on a load, I don't care if they stuck in Egypt trying to get out. We won't be getting out on my dime.
So are you a broker? I'm sorry. So how late do you let them pay? So like I pay Friday by 5. Some of my carriers really want to pay me like at 5 o'clock on Friday. But I'm like, why y'all can't pay me? You got paid like
right. I mean, you can give them till 5, that's fine. But whatever your standards are, you should also let them know when your late fee kicks in. So if it's not paid by Friday by 5 p.m., there's a $25 late fee assessed. They're gonna get a brand new invoice with that $25. So make sure they understand when your late fee kicked in or whatever your standards are. Send that ASAP. I need my coins. Did that answer your question, Miss Tiffany?
It did. Thank you so much.
Yes, I'm not. Okay, I'm not a broker. I'm a freight agent with Landstar. Not as an agent. Yeah, I didn't want that. I don't want a brokerage. It's not my thing. So I'm good with agent coins. It's fine with me. Brokers cost too much. Got to get a surety bond. You need contingency insurance. You need this. I don't want all that. I'm just an agent.
So as a freight agent, I was really thinking about broker too, but as a freight agent, you can still get like shippers and put them on board, or you can't.
Yeah, same thing. I do the same thing. I just don't have the responsibility. Right. Mhm. Any other questions? Run me my money. I know that's right, Miss Tina. Okay, so again, your agreements are important. Your agreement is how you set your standards. There's no misunderstanding. And even if you don't start with a $250 late fee, start with something. Start with $50. Start with something. I'm not late fee, I'm sorry, a deposit. Because it's best to have that deposit than to have somebody run off on not paying you. You worked all week to dispatch their load. It's kind of like we're giving services ahead of time. Okay, and then somebody comes out on Friday, you don't got all this money. I know you don't got paid by the factoring company and you can't pay me? Oh, no. We ain't doing that. Okay, so don't be, a lot of people like, if I charge a deposit, they're not gonna work with me. So what? Somebody else, you know how many carriers? Let me show y'all how many carriers came from the FNCSA this yesterday. All right, so y'all know how to read this report? If y'all haven't been here? Okay,
Yes.
so everybody always asks me where you get carriers from. There's 2 different places you can be getting these carriers from. Tawana has been, oh, thank you, Miss Tina. There's a lot of places you can get carriers from. The truck stops, building your relationships with anything commercial. If you know somebody who deals with commercial insurance, you want them to be your friend. If I'm gonna send insurance people to you, and you're gonna send dispatches to me. You know, I refer people all the time. You go on my email. Let's see. Nado. Dispatch referral. This person needs dispatch ETF help. ETF. If they help, all these people, this man send me leads every single day because we've built that relationship. Okay, factoring companies. I get a check from OTR, Triumph, and RTS every month. RTS pays the rent in this building. Okay. RTS pays this building costs me $1,500 a month. RTS pays this rent faithfully, if not over. Oh, I'm sorry. RTS and OTR, Triumph are factoring companies. So you build relationships with factoring companies, you know, you sending them business. And every time somebody goes to them for business, they send you a kickback. There ain't no little affiliation program. For me, RTS and OTR. Yeah, RTS and OTR are my top deposits. My next top deposit comes from Pilot. Last month, my Pilot deposit was, I think it was $1,800 for a fuel card. So you don't do RTS fuel card? Because I usually do, I'll use OTR myself as a carrier. Right. I just prefer everything. I haven't used them, I might need to check them out. Yeah. Okay. So you're building those relationships. All factoring companies send me loads. RTS, Aaron sends me loads all the time. I'm sending people to him, he's sending people to me. Okay, if you go down to Peachtree Freightliner, you'll see my cards on the table. If you go to Select Trucks, y'all go remove my cards. I know something. I know where all y'all live at. Don't play with me. If you go to Select Trucks down here in Atlanta, McDonough, you'll see my cards in the table. I build a relationship. They sell trucks. They sell commercial trucks.
Like, you know, me, if I don't do it, I don't know how to do it. So I like to physically do it.
You gonna go by and see my cards on the table? Take a picture of it, okay? Okay, so anything that has anything to do with commercial, that's where you're getting your carriers from. Any of these little mom and pop shops around you and they sell trucks or they sell insurance or they sell pallet jacks or they sell something that got something to do where a truck driver gonna come through, you should have some type of partnership.
So normally they allow
Oh yeah, Miss Beverly is the manager at the Pilot on Boulder Crest. She be like, Tawana, don't put all them cars on. I'm just gonna put a little bit, just a little bit. I be going in my car, be this. Huh? Yeah, I do Boulder Crest and I do the Pilot on 212. You a mile from a Pilot. Don't move my cars, but you can go put yours next to mine. You go put yours next. At the one on 212? I got cars on that one too. So which one? Yeah, that's the Pilot on 202? No, 202. You live on exit off of exit 140. I didn't know you was that far. Oh my God, you really do like me. You can't wait out here to see me. No, I didn't know you was that far. Oh wow. What back office services do you offer? Miss Pam, I offer all back office. I do IFTA, I do complete business setup. If you go to my website, you'll see everything here under compliance, but I do complete business setup, DOT, MC, UCRs, BCO3s, I do everything. 2290s, everything. This one is for $9.99. All right. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, we was going to FMCSA. So find the carriers on FMCSA. So you come here at the top, FMCSA register, and you click go. All right. Excuse me. I like to look at the HTML version. So here are all, it's telling you what they're for. These are all ones that had name changes. So all these came in and they changed their names, and it's letting you know. One thing about the FMCSA is public knowledge. I don't know why people be trying to lie. Yeah, I had my authority for 3 years. And I go up on here, girl, you just got your authority Tuesday. I don't know why people think it's not public record, okay? But then right. Then you stroll down a little bit, and these here, they just got new permitting and licensing. Now, those who don't know, if you see a B on the end of the authority, they're a what? Broker. C is for what? And no, and the C is for C. The C is for what? There's two different ones. Household good, the regular one? If you see, right, so if you see common authority, that's a regular carrier. If you see contract authority, it's a moving company. Okay? So common authority is who you guys deal with on a day-to-day basis. Now, I always get people to ask me, if somebody has a contract, a moving company authority, can they move regular freight? They cannot. They have to have, they can get 2 MCs, but if they just have that as MC, because like that, those people, 2 men in a truck, they have a contract authority. But if they want to decide they want to go to Landstar to pick up some freight, they better have a common authority. Okay. Now you can do the other side. You can have a common authority, and you can have like Landstar say, okay, this is a home delivery or whatever. You can do that. But you can't have a contract authority and turn around and try to deliver regular freight. Okay.
The new authority, like you said, some people require 3 months like that. With the like Landstar, Nolan and stuff that you provided us with, what does they look like? What does that look like? Let's say if I got my new authority yesterday, should I wait a month from yesterday to try to schedule? You just try.
Yeah, you still gonna go with those brokers that accept those day one authorities. Yeah, because if you waiting a month, you just paying bills. The bill's not, what you gonna tell your insurance company? I ain't moving yet. Don't charge me till we start moving. They don't care.
So I'm sorry, I was just talking to my lord. He feel like it's like so hard to get a load. He like, I don't want my truck to just be sitting there.
That's not true. Have you? Yeah, everybody gets. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I guess for me, it's just a big chunk of insurance, and then you're like.
That's your motivation. If you know you got to pay that insurance is coming up in 28 days or 30 days, that's your motivation to get out there and find you a load.
Like with a dislike with the one, she's been in the game a while. Just book a consult with her. You know what I'm saying? So you can know.
Girl, let me send her a referral fee. Go on, girl. Yeah. Now, one thing I'm gonna tell you now, Louisiana, you ain't getting no lows. I'm gonna need you to dead head about 200 miles. Yeah, Mississippi, Texas, or whatever. What kind of truck? The trailer that's on the back of it, is it refrigerated or is it drive-in? A flatbed. Okay, she said a thingamajigger. It's a flatbed. Okay, so he has a tractor. Right. Yeah, it don't work like that. Does he have a tractor with a flatbed, or does he have a dually with a flatbed? Okay, all right, cool. All right, hey Tawana, this is Jessica. Hey Jessica, will we be able to review the recording? Yep, I'm gonna record it and I'm gonna send it to y'all. All right, so let me go back on this, you guys. All right, so yeah, this whole thing is being recorded. So if y'all say something y'all want nobody to hear. All right. Okay, so scroll down a little bit, well, a lot of bit. All right, so then we get down here. These people, y'all know what FF stands for, right? That's what I'm talking about. These people right here, revocation, y'all know what that means, right? Taken away. So if they be telling me, oh, I let it go. No, you didn't. You didn't let it go. They took it. This is 1 day. And let me tell you, and y'all see this right here. Some got reinstated, y'all got discontinued, some is voluntary, discontinued, all these are discontinued. And half of these, I promise you it's about compliance.
So where do you go to learn all of so that's why I need to go get some compliance customers.
This is where you go get some compliance customers.
I knew it was in there. I mean,
yeah.
I want to go back and this recording. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Call these people and be like, you trying to get back on the road? Oh, okay. What you need? Let me look it up for you. Oh, you need a UCR, you need insurance, you need to file your 2290, you need to file your IFTA, whatever case may be. Compliance customers. All right. Down. Darn, this is a lot. Okay, here we go. Nope. All right, here we go. So this is the list right here. Yeah, don't start with that.
To know what to look for. FMCSA website. You did it, so did you do VLC3 to UCI? Yeah, I didn't do the VLC3. I just basically set it up on the FM website. And
she said the FM website. I love it. Is this your first like transportation thing? So you haven't taken my full class?
No, I haven't.
Oh, you started backwards. Okay.
I actually hashtag dispatcher information. You pull it up.
I be trying to tell y'all them hashtags be working. Oh, that's dope. That's dope. I like that. All right, real quick, y'all.
Yeah, I know this being recorded. I know it is. But everybody here doctor, so you know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is you chose the right one.
Oh, you're gonna make me cry. All right. Y'all hush. The online people like, darn, they need to shut up. No, I'm just playing. Okay, so you see here, it says, this one here, it says interstate common carrier of household goods. Okay. No. I'm trying to see. So you got this one here. Broker in arrangement of transportation freight. So you know this is not the one you're gonna call because that's a broker. Interstate common carrier of household goods. Interstate common carrier of household goods. Interstate. Now this one, to me, I think he coded wrong. Because the name of his company, no, not necessarily, because he have movers in the name of his company. So you're basically giving these a call. Hey, Mr. Kevin Edwards, congratulations on your new authority. My name is Tawana, and I would love to be able to send you some information in reference to my dispatch services. Can I have your email address, please? Get his email address. And the reason why you're getting his email address, because he don't want to talk to you. He just signed up with the FMCSA and 1,000 people was calling his phone. Get his email address, or even send him a text message with that same blurb in it, or with your, or a picture or your flyer. Get their email address, set up and say, hey, once you read my email, if you have any questions, let's set up some time at a later date to talk. All these people are potential clients. Well, the ones that don't say broker or freight forwarder, they're all potential, huh? Go back and watch the record. No, I'm just playing. I'm gonna show you. But the email, FMCSA is not gonna give you the email. Come on up here. Come on down. You was the next contestant on The Price is Right. She about to show us something. I'm sorry, I think I missed how to get to that page. Okay, Nicole, I'll show you.
Go to company snapshot on Safer.
Oh, on Safer. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I thought you meant from here. Yeah, you can. Right. Yeah, if you go, let me show you. You go here and or you can also, oh yeah, I forgot his thing is inactive. You can also, huh? Uh-huh.
And bring them up. You go to and go to SMS to the right there. Come down to complete profile, just scroll down. Go right, it says complete profile right there. Above. Right there, carrier registration right there. And the email is right there.
Bam. Y'all see how I'm a forever student, honey. Y'all see how she just taught y'all something right there? Email address, copy that email address. Bam, not this one, because this is my boyfriend. You put that in the email and you know, hey, thank you, congratulations on your new authority. And have something that you can just copy and paste it into an email.
And what I learned
Do your setup at this special email address for all your today. I'll answer it in a second, Miss Pam.
a lot of the spammers or solicitors.
Right. Right.
Like when I open it, if it was a flyer there,
right.
It would be more appealing.
Right.
I mean, they really have paragraphs and stuff.
Exactly.
So if you just stand out, that's why I asked.
Right. Put your picture or put your flyer in there. So that's the first, when they pop, when they open up that email, they're just not seeing a whole bunch of wording. They're seeing that flyer pop up first. Miss Pam says, do you set up a dispatcher email address for all of your carriers? I do. So my emails are set up like, you can't see them. Yeah. So I have dispatch at Gold Star Logistics. I have compliance at Gold Star Logistics. I try to keep everything as separate as possible because it just helps me as far as like organization, Miss Pam. So so if anything is coming to the dispatch portion, I know that's somebody that's looking for dispatch service. If anything is coming from the compliance email, I know that's somebody who has put in my information on my website to get compliance. And that keeps everything separate for me. Did that answer your question, Ms. Pam? So brokers can send rate. Yeah, everything as far as, well, all of my dispatchers, they have their own email addresses. And when it comes to email addresses, y'all, now one of y'all in here better have a Gmail or a Hotmail or Yahoo website. It's gonna get to the point where these firewalls and these companies are not gonna accept those emails. So y'all get y'all professional domain names. Yeah, I got my 1-800 number, my domain name, and my emails for like $169 a month on GoDaddy. Yep, get you a business email. It's not that expensive, you guys. I hope that answered your question, Ms. Pam. So it depends on, what you're trying to, like for me, I have to keep everything separate. Like for compliance, I have me and I have 2 other girls that help with compliance. So they can see everything that comes to the compliance email. For dispatch, I know that means somebody went on my website and said, I'm interested in dispatch services. So that way I keep everything separate. Billing, I know somebody went on there and said they had a question in reference to billing. So it keeps everything separate for me. So the one that I use is, of course, my name. That's not my personal, but that's the one that if you're looking for me, that's how you find me. Okay, so I just like to keep everything separate so that it's easier for me to function. And then anybody else that's working in those type of departments for me, they have access to those emails.
You were saying for the broker, you know, like when we.
Thank you, Miss Tina. I appreciate that.
Yeah, because like I have the .com, but for my broker, I just use my Gmail.
Yeah. Now for when it comes to like my catch-all email address, like broker list and garbage and stuff like that. Oh yeah, I use goldsolidlogisticsgroup@gmail.com. Yeah, that. But when I'm emailing a broker or something like that, they get email from my domain name, my professional email address. But if you don't want like all that stuff just coming to your email address, then yeah, I use that Gmail and that catches like the broker list and all the spam and stuff that comes in. Yeah. You can use your Gmail for that. So, Ms. Pam, you raising your hand or did I answer your question? I see your hand up in the thing.
Yeah, I have another question concerning the emails. I have another question.
So you're good. I answered your question.
Well, no, I have a question concerning, like, say if I have 3 different carriers that I'm dispatching for, do you have like a separate email set up for them whenever you're communicating with the brokers? You don't?
Because that when you're communicating with that broker, you're communicating as their dispatcher, correct?
Right.
Yeah.
Correct.
So yeah, I just use my dispatch email.
Okay.
I just use my dispatch email. I try to make sure in my subject line, it lets me know who I'm dealing with. So my subject line, it may have, load such and such, and then in parentheses, Bonner Logistics Group. So that way, if I'm searching for a load or whatever, it kind of keeps it a little bit more organized.
Okay.
But I use the same email address for all of my carriers.
Okay.
Great start to the day, weekend. My weekend looks. Oh, Nicole, I'm so happy to hear that. Your weekend looks brighter and so does your future, honey. You guys got this. I promise. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you it's the easiest thing to do in the universe, but transportation is not going anywhere. It's either that or go get a nursing degree, and I don't like blood. Because transportation and nursing ain't going nowhere. So, if you stay diligent and you stay consistent in this industry, you'll find yourself scaling. You'll find yourself, and always be willing to learn. Everyone's like, oh my God, everybody charge. Learn, like we giving all this time when you want us to do it for free. Now I do it for free now. Everybody should be on my calls the last Monday of every single month. I'll be on them calls with y'all 2-3 hours because I know it's not easy. But if you're not taking the time to get into the classes or get into the training, how you supposed to know these things? You getting them from people on IG, YouTube University. Don't do it. Don't do it. You pay for those. You pay for them degrees. Invest in yourself. Absolutely. I paid for degrees I ain't even using. I tried to return them. They wouldn't take them back. I got an HR. I can literally take a computer apart and put it back together. I got a bachelor's in management information systems, and I have a master's in human resources. I ain't human resourcing nothing. I guess a little bit. And I ain't taking apart no computers. I just go buy new ones. I just got degrees just to have them. Now the business degree will help you in this. You need to learn compliance, honey. If you like paperwork, learn the compliance. Right. No, that's not true. Because if you answer the wrong question just one time, the FMCSA is not giving you them $300 back. They don't never get no refunds. Is there an email reminder for your calls? So, God darn it, I can't. This list right here on my website. Where is it? Where is it? There's a thing that says something about my mailing list. Where is my mailing list? No. I got a mailing list around here somewhere. I'm gonna find it, Nicole. As you can see, I don't do my website. Where my damn mailing list at? Oh, right here. When you do this little form here and you click join our monthly newsletter, it'll let you know. So the next things I have coming available. So my trainings, I have my my next training is next Thursday. Next Thursday. Training. I know I got training coming up soon. Oh, next Thursday, the 17th is my next evening training. And then I have my weekend training is March 19th and 20th. And of course, you know, my consultations and everything else is always on my website. When you guys are building your websites, don't reinvent the wheel. Go copy all that shit from my site. I don't care. Like what you reinvent the wheel for? It's all there. Yeah, my agreement is literally posted in Slack. Take the agreement. Like, why you finna sit there and try to like stress yourself and create a whole nother dispatch agreement? Take mine. Just remove my. Now, don't be like the chick in Florida now. She teaching dispatch class and got my logo all on her shit. Don't do that. But it don't matter though. I wouldn't do that. But I mean, if it's something that you need and I got it, if you in my Slack group, where's my Slack group? If you in my Slack group, I got forums in there. Where's my group? There's forums in there you can have. There's my whole agreement is in there. You know, just take it, remove the logo. Yeah, remove the logo and just change your information. Like So you like the mentorship, actual like building my business, making it like you say, like a business. Mentorship, or would I do like what I just signed? You talking about for me? You in Atlanta? Just book a consult, come see me. Miss Jackie, you had a question? You'd be surprised, people. I had a girl the other day. She came here. My assistant was like, "Is somebody else?" Because this is my little cubby right here. She's like, "It's somebody," like I can't hear. I don't know what she was whispering for. She's like, "It's some girl here to see you." The girl said she had saw me on TikTok. And she just showed it to my office. Luckily, I keep a pistol. But I'm like, people just pulling up right here, which I don't mind, but you know, just come see me. Like a lot of people, your training, the way you have to understand the way you learn. Some people like this type of stuff. That's why I do it. You know, some people like the in-person. Some people like to just sit around and chat and let's talk about this. Everybody don't need a full-fledged training. Everybody don't need a full-fledged mentorship. But you have to decide how you learn or what's how you learn or what's gonna make you retain it. You know, I have self-paced courses, but a lot of people don't like the self-paced because I'm not there talking. For whatever reason, people like to hear my voice. It's sexy though. But it's however you learn. But at the end of the day, just learn it. Everybody take classes. Don't take all the classes now. Do some research on these people, y'all. I had a lady the other day, I don't know what we was doing, but she was like, I took this class online and the lady was just a cussing and I had to I'm like, you took a dispatch class and the lady was cussing during class and I said, I know exactly who you talking about. Wait, we ain't gonna say her name out loud. But anyway, so yeah. But yeah, y'all literally do some research on these people. That's what Google's for. That's what reviews are for. I don't care if they do have 1 million followers. That does not mean they know everything. So that's not how you should gauge it. But do your research and get to know these people that you're taking these, especially if you're spending like money. I have my mentors in the business telling me all the time my trainings are too cheap. But I don't need $1,000 training. My training is priced the way it is, and I haven't really changed my prices in a few years. Because it's people like me that needed to get into this industry and they needed to learn. They needed to get the correct information and not necessarily have it be $1,000. Sometimes you pay $1,000 and you don't get what you get. You know, and then people get in my class and like, you get all that for $400? And I'd be like, yeah, maybe I need to take some over the way. But yeah, y'all, I mean, this industry is well worth being in. But network, get out your own head. Stop telling yourself what the hell you cannot do. You can do it. It's gonna be stressful. Them doggone trucks. I wish my boyfriend would sell every piece of equipment we got, but we in it. And we're gonna stay in it and we're gonna pay these bills and we're gonna keep it moving. And we're gonna keep trying to invent different ways to make the money and make the business, building relationships and so on and so forth. But in the meantime, if your truck's not making you no money, dispatch, learn compliance, learn how to dispatch containers. Dispatch a container the other day and doggone guy went 147 miles, thing was paying $4,000. So I'm trying to dispatch containers every day. Like I get 10% of that, you know? So it's something different. I don't know it all, can't teach it to you. I'm sorry, I'm not teaching no Dre's class, but I'm learning because that's the next step for me. So everything that you do, if it's something that you really want to do, is worth doing it. trucking, Tamara talking about, okay, this trucking industry will have you on your knees, honey. But if you do it right, you got communication and you really want to be in this industry, it can happen. It can happen. Any other questions? Watching
Tawana, I had a question. With
Mhm.
I use QuickBooks for billing, and
Mhm.
I like the fact that you're mentioning about having that credit card in file. Are we able to do that using QuickBooks?
I have a credit card authorization form.
Okay, so
So
that's
when
not
it's a part of my it's a part of my agreement, the credit card authorization form. But once I enter that credit card into QuickBooks, I shred the form. So there's no need for me to keep the form.
Okay, I know you posted one of those. I think you did post one on Slack.
Yeah, it should be. If not, I'll drop it in there. But the form just, it authorizes them, and it states on my form that you will be ACH every Friday.
Okay.
Or that I will try again. We'll try 2 times, but that's it. But after that, then we access the late fee and we send you that nice little demand letter.
Okay, so don't send the invoice, just do the ACH. Because I've been sending invoices.
No, I still send an invoice. They get an invoice so they'll know when that ACH comes out, because they still have to know what you ACHing. So the invoice is going to tell you every single load you booked, how much I'm charging for that load, and the bottom line number that I'm charging you. So when you get that invoice, you automatically know why she took out $500 out of my account. Here's A, B, and C that tells you. So you still send an invoice, but then I do the automatic drafts.
I like that, yeah, and I like the fact that you have the deposit too, because I do. So the deposit, do you have a separate agreement for that, and it's non-refundable? I mean, it's refundable rather. Sorry. Do you have a special?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's refundable, and it's refundable as long as you don't owe me no money. Like at the end, if you decide, hey, you know what, I've been here 2 months, I found me another dispatcher. Long as I'm last week or whatever is paid off, you don't owe me no money, you're gonna get your $250 back. No questions asked.
Tawana. I like that because somebody walked away and owed me $230. So I do like that. So I wanted to find out more from you. Like, how do I do that to make it legal? Just do you have some kind of an agreement that you can put in Slack so I can put that or give it to them?
I will.
Thank you so much.
I will. Yeah. I'll drop it in there.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay.
You're welcome. Any other questions?
Tawana, are you sending this video out?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. This is for Chicago.
You're very welcome. Y'all get it. If not today, you'll get it back. What's tomorrow? No, tomorrow's Super Bowl. You'll get it by Monday. I'll be drinking tomorrow. Yeah, I'll have y'all the video by Monday. If I have time, it'll be today, but definitely by Monday. Any other questions? Was it helpful?
Very.
She is not gonna let me get out of here without that insurance contact. What I need you to do is shoot me an email and I'll send them to you in an email. Okay. I hope it was helpful, y'all. Good. I'm gonna try to do them. Me and Shay gonna be doing some things together here in Atlanta. Is Shay still on here? She gone?
She left and came back and she left again.
Oh, you keeping tabs on her, huh? Yeah.
That's not what she thought.
Me and Shay gonna be doing some things together here in Atlanta. Cause like I said, this is my way, even though people look at it and like, oh, why you charge for it? I mean, I'm sitting here for 3 hours, like telling you it's just $100. But still, it's like, it's not easy. I wish I had a me when I was coming up in this industry, because like nobody wants to tell you anything. Everybody's like, oh, when you ask a question, people be like, I don't remember how I did it. Girl, you just did it 5 minutes ago. What you mean you don't remember? Like nobody want to tell you nothing no more. But we're gonna try to do them as much as we possibly can. But is everybody in here in my Slack group? No. She was like, I am. For those who are not in my Slack group, shoot me an email and I'll invite y'all to my group. Typically, you're only in my group if you taking my class. But if I'm gonna show you my Slack group is the bomb, ain't it, Sheree? Cause we be in there talking. Look at them, they in here trying to send me emails now. Dang. Send it to the info@, goldstarlogisticsgroup.com and get my assistant. So this is us in Slack. Every morning you'll see us. We in here saying good morning. They in here asking questions. Hey y'all, I just finished my course in January. I got questions. So it's like, this is where you go if you got questions. You got to have somewhere. You got to be able to be like, Tawana, I'm stressed. And I'm be like, girl, call me. info@goldstarlogisticsgroup.com.
You stated that you asked me did I ever take the class. Well, what class are you referring to?
My full dispatch class. Like this was meant to, I mean, anybody could be here, but this was meant for those who are in the industry and have questions, need to, talk something out or whatever the case may be. So we do like these little sessions. And then every last Monday of the month, I do dispatch talk with Tawana, and I always try to bring some people on to answer y'all questions and that type of stuff too. But my full dispatch training those are the ones that you'll see on my website. Like my next one is Thursday. That teaches you dispatching from point A to Z. Okay.
What is the Slack group?
Yeah, it's called Slack. So you'll have to download Slack. You can either download an app or you can download it on your computer. And then when you send me the email, I'll send y'all an invitation. It'll drop you in the group. So info@goldstarlogisticsgroup.com. Just send me an email, say add me to Slack. And if you're not in there already, I'll get y'all added.
Slack or Slack?
Slack, SLACK. All right, y'all. I really hope this was beneficial to y'all. And I hope I gave y'all some kind of mojo or some energy or something. Good. Keep going, y'all. I promise y'all, it get better. Like they said, it get greater later. It gets greater. Y'all just have to keep going. Thank you, Tiffany. Thank you, Tamara. Tamara, girl, I be praying for you, honey. It's gonna be all right. Tamara is the one I was telling y'all about. That's my assistant that I had that, like, I probably got on her doggone nerves sometime, but she stood beside me, y'all. I'm gonna stick beside her. She stood beside me, went over there, got her own truck. Yeah, it has. You know where you can get them from? Georgia Southern. Y'all see, I just was appointed on the board. Get you an intern from that's somebody who wants to be in logistics. They have them at Morehouse, Georgia Southern. If you're looking for one, let me know. If you're looking for a dispatcher, two of my dispatchers go to school at Georgia Southern. One of them goes to school at Morehouse in logistics. You hiring people that are not or have no interest in this field. Why? Because you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna find a better job and they're gonna go. But if you want to dedicate your time to teaching somebody to do something and they actually want to be in this field, get them out of school. I know one girl right now at Georgia Southern who's looking for a job. And she knows it's an internship, so she knows it's not going to be a lot because she's still in school. So I'll give you Heather's information.
Do you let them work remote?
Yeah, everybody works remote. Like Valencia, I never met Valencia. Hopefully soon. Meet you soon, Valencia. But yeah, all my dispatchers work remote. Every now and then, a few will come in here and work. You don't have to, but you want to get away from your kid. Don't bring your kids in my office though. But yeah, they want to get away. They come sit here in the office or whatever. But yeah, you get into interview some students that want to be in this field. They don't mind because they learning on the job. So they don't mind doing this tedious stuff. Like I got one girl, she hired a student. I think she paid her like $10 an hour and she does all her invoicing and paperwork because she's learning. So get you a student that want to be in the field. Yeah. Even if it's just to do your busy work, get you somebody that don't get you somebody that's going to nursing school, get you somebody that's in logistics or in the supply chain. We having a career fair, when is career? April 28th at Georgia Southern College. We're having a career fair. We got some amazing speakers. We got Ryder, we got Amazon. We got some amazing speakers coming out to this career fair. So if you're looking for help in the industry, get you somebody that wants to be in the industry. I'm looking to take on a dispatcher. Jackie, I may have a girl for you. She's a student at Georgia Southern.
Awesome. Sounds great. We can talk. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Well, I appreciate you guys again. Thank you for being here with me on this Saturday morning. And I will post this video for y'all. I'll email it out to y'all. Y'all crazy. I'll email it out to y'all definitely by Monday. It may be by today, but definitely by Monday. But I appreciate you guys, and I wish you guys all the best. And y'all say a prayer for me, and I'm gonna say one for y'all. But y'all enjoy y'all day. Thank you for being here.
So much, Tawana.
See y'all later. Bye, Miss Tiffany.
Thank you so much, Tawana.
You're welcome.